And you should be going.
Hello, all. Tonight on Oathbound roads, the Unbowed resume their rest. After a taxing and tiring adventure in the sunken giant city of Forgone, they found themselves a quiet little cove in the northern stretches of Breveland, remote and far from any other life. Recovering their strength, taking time to catch up on some things, they made contact with some friends and spoke with one another about their plans, warning about some potential consequences coming their way, given that they were inside of that place for almost 3 months. So, the time is short, much shorter than before. If they intend to stop the thrice accursed king, find the Sun Eater, and all of those other things they planned on doing, they'll need to get moving soon. But to do that, they need to make sure they're in fighting shape. Because while they do know their destination, the road to get there is a long one. So, we come back right where we left off.
Right, yes, the brain blast.
Yeah, I just sent that to Nora right before I started the recap. Let her get some time to absorb it.
It sounded like you stubbed your toe or something.
No, I'm freaking out over here!
It really did sound like you hurt yourself. I'm like, what the fuck?
The Ark of the Covenant beaming the energy, the information of the universe directly in your brain.
Oh no, it's the dragon. Like, here, download this. Sends you a terabyte into your brain.
Oh, okay. So the Krobos is there, like, processing all of this information you've just assaulted them with. Panic, unlike you've seen goes on their face. Like, they've been emotional around you guys, but like I don't know if you've ever seen them just fucking fall like oh god, they know things they've realized something horrible. I'm struggling to describe it because they're struggling to process it.
So we just see Necrovos 404.
Yes.
Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we kept this information from you.
Over the psychic link, we just hear dial-up tone.
Just the old Windows 95 shutdown sound over and over again.
You okay there, Necrovos?
Where are we right now?
In the tower.
Yeah, but which room?
Either the lounge or the work.
Yeah, I assume we were in the common room.
Workshop.
They
or wherever we were.
Fall into a chair.
Oh yeah, because it was breakfast time. We were in the.
Yeah. They fall into a chair and are just like 1,000-yard stare.
You feel a gentle telekinetic nudge. Is like, Necrovos.
It's worse than we thought. Looks up to you. Eyes are just like bulging out of their head.
Did things click?
Yes. the man in red. He's trying to attain godhood,
Right.
Yep.
but he needs to be worshipped. He needs to be accepted as a god.
Right. That was part of his intent with move. I believe that was part of his intent with trying to rise what he did. Show a miracle of moving time and committing a wide enough atrocity that people believed in him.
Yeah, so that's why he took blood from other powerful entities. It bolstered him. It made him stronger. Something worth believing in. But he failed. He didn't make it. If he had, you would be dead. You would have not beaten him at all. But his they pick up both their hands and place them on their head. His solution is right there.
If I wasn't conserving spell slots, I'd use calm emotions.
Al-Giliali is right there.
Right.
If he absorbs Al-Giliali, he's the necromancer. They grab you your collar. The necromancer, the one that tried to bring back the dead dragon and made the thing you fought. He's whispering to it. He's speaking to the necromancer. He wants to absorb Al-Giliali. Then nothing will stop him from becoming a god.
That makes sense. It only makes sense that he's so damn clever that he wouldn't have gathered all of his strength into one place. He would have had tendrils elsewhere, just like he had Petru.
And we know he has a taste for the blood of silver dragons.
Aye.
They hiss.
Which I think on the table is like the vile Vask preserved from the slain dragon still.
Mm-hmm.
They look at it. What is this? What is this? Again, combine me.
You've seen how I act. I was wondering if
Don't.
I take samples of everything. This was the blood of the dragon that was taken down by the man in red's minions.
They get up and start pacing.
They siphoned his blood and used part of it to create any motions to the other jar he showed last time to create a dragon blood ooze. It's what wiped away most of the laboratory we found.
How do you stop this? How do you stop this?
We're looking for a way to permanently kill him.
At the time,
When I touched...
there is also a very knowledgeable and powerful wizard who's looking into this as well.
He's right where he wants to be. That they point to the ooze. That is a piece of him. He may very well hear us right now.
So, Vask would have been paranoid, and I'm sure he would have tested to make sure this was a nerd, right? This is, as far as Vask knows, this is a nerd, correct? Because this
How would
wasn't
you
a
have
chunk of
tested?
schmace. Huh?
How would you have tested that?
Oh, you fucker.
Being confident, that's fine and all. Just, I want the logic of it. It's a very likely outcome. You don't know. I'm not saying one thing either way.
So
Vask, the assumption was that since Vask knows oozes and slimes, that he would know when one is dead by their remains because he's experimented and dealt with so many by both his experimentations and just being errant. That was my assumption, that he could tell if something was truly dead or not by that. But these are good points. He could have been wrong, and Shemaeus has had a wiretap on us the entire time.
Can I?
Because it's never pinged when he's done detect thoughts, because he would have used
That's
detect thoughts
true. That is true.
in areas of his collection, even if he
Mhm.
wasn't scanning.
And in doing so, you have never detected anything coming out of it. So your confidence is not ill-placed. It just clicked to Necrobos that there is a non-zero chance that if this is as smart a thing as it thinks it is, it might have taken advantage of your confidence and just be pretending to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because as far as we know, Shemaeus could key into that piece at any time. It just he hasn't yet, or he hasn't done it while we're looking.
I have a question to ask.
What?
Oozes see through means other than sight and sound, correct?
Yes. Unless like a blob, you compel it to create eyes.
But you said the man in red is trapped, yes?
Yes. Fairly.
In what way? Does he have access to anything? Any reflective object?
He's bubbled.
He is reflective, honestly.
He's trapped in a cage of force in a stone room barren of anything.
Okay,
But again, the wizard is very intelligent.
And this thing is attempting to be a god. He is. I don't.
Anyways, I was meaning to ask, you're aware of whatever means that Ooze has of detection, right?
Yes.
Is there any way you could wrap or barricade the bottle to muffle or subvert that just in case?
Lead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask DM. Do you think the lead containment boxes would work?
Yes, they very easily would. Lead is extremely good at blocking arcane stuff. It's built for it.
Okay, so going to put that in with the raw. Maybe not with the raw felstone. Does Vask have other lead containers?
Given how you have played Vask so far, I know you have spare lead containers.
Okay, because it doesn't even have the big one. Because this isn't a big jar. It was more like.
Yep.
I was thinking like a prescription bottle
dish.
size.
Yeah. I don't know, Vask, we're running out of room. Better use the same bottle as the god dust.
So,
oh my god.
if we ever get to it, the god dust is what I wanted to check out today, but that's looking unlikely.
So
that Shemaeus is trying to sneak out of the bottle to get the god dust.
We could do that while you're still debating on if you want to open the box or not.
I mean, okay, Necrobus needs to actually try and make the key. I'm not done that yet.
Yep. It's a doable process if that's what you want to do.
They, take some breaths. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, if I wasn't trying to conserve, I would have calmed your emotions there.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, you're good.
No, that was Vask saying that to them.
Oh.
Perhaps you understand now why we've been afraid to tell you.
I've said from the beginning that I understand why you don't want us to tell everything.
To be fair, Garn, we've gone through all this months ago. Necrobos is just fully understanding now.
Not to mention, Biter says that a lot of you were in the middle of a battle, didn't exactly have time to process everything that was happening.
Yeah,
I heard about it after the fact, too.
We got the slow trickle of events as it happened, so...
Yes.
Yes.
If that... Regardless of whether he is able to connect to that piece, that is a piece of him. That is potentially vitally useful.
Now, see, here's the thing, though. we don't. I mean, I agree. If it is indeed a piece of him, I just don't know if by the point that we attained it, which was before his ascension or attempted ascension, if this was a piece of him or a separate creation, which was my assumption.
I think
It
I
could
think
be.
he sent off a piece of himself after glutting himself on the full body of a dragon. That's so much blood.
More importantly, Vask, there are stories of items before the ascensions of gods, and those tend to have more connection to the gods than whatever they've gone through post ascension. Such
That's true.
as
You need to contact your
Ruben.
wizard. Warn him.
That DM.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if you confirmed this or not, but did you say if Vask could use his psychic sorcery points to be able to cast the specific psychic sorcery spells without
Yes.
interrupting it? Sort of like a ritual spell thing, because he gets
Yeah, that's
5
fine
sorcery
because that's
points
a
back for
resource you
short
get
rest.
back. That's a resource you get back on the next day. So long as that's it, yes, that still works.
Okay, because within he's at like 12 out of 13, so by tomorrow he'll be maxed. So
Yep, then that would be fine.
What
might be
is
able to
its
use the
name?
spending.
What is its name?
Ooh, the blob or the wizard?
The man in red.
Oh, the blob wizard.
sorry.
Sorry, I just had to put in a little bit of levity.
No, it's fine.
Please,
No,
please.
that's what Vask is saying. I don't
No.
do character voices. I'm sorry.
No, it's
you're
fine.
good. You're good.
No, you're doing fine. Vask is great. And also, we're all very kind of annoyed and dismissive of Shemaeus, not for because we think lesser of him, but because we think it could actually hurt him.
Yeah.
Look, you're already scary. I'm going to hold on to what fucking audacity I can.
Also, if gods are formed by thoughts, if we the less we think of him, maybe the harder it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that was going to be actually what Vask says. He goes,
Sorry.
oh no, it's fine. Just Vask goes, I honestly think it's better for. Well, you're not going to stop until we tell you, huh? Even if you agree that it's best that.
No.
Less.
No, you're. And I understand why you don't want to tell me, and if that is what you decide,
Well,
then I will
like
not.
you said, the more. It's like the way I view it, and Vask will kind of pull out another vial that you recognize as the Chaos Phage venom. Just the way I view it is the man in red is like this. He has a virus. We have been exposed to his red, and that virus is knowledge. Something that he is probably, as you said, as a would-be god, hoping on. The more we spread of him, including the name he has taken for his ascension, that just feels like a risk.
And
But if
it
you
is
are
in
willing
my-
to take it, I guess.
if it is in my possession, then there's a possibility that it could spread to more.
Especially since you have a horde to go back to.
He's less about trust and more about damage
No.
control.
You're right. If it becomes necessary, I will ask again, but
Although, I think you should probably tell your father. He's the one that's he's the sympathetic one.
yes. Actually, their father and mother, but there are multiple mothers.
Yeah. That's going to bring that up.
Krobos' mother and father are sympathetic.
Okay, so Vask would go. You knew about the necromancy attempt on an egg because that happened in your horde.
Did it?
No, not that. It's just
Oh, okay.
you've
Okay.
heard stories and read text about what a
Okay.
attempted failed resurrection
Okay,
of
I
a
wasn't sure if
dragon
there was like a
does to
personal
the.
connection to that.
No, that is
Now-
not something that's ever happened in Daynor.
Okay,
They
Now-
seem pretty good with numbers.
okay. Vask would say maybe they should be on the lookout for potential whispers of necromancy or other
I haven't told them.
dreams. Well, no, that's what I mean. Daynor is not far from Abrana.
But if they find out the shape Algili is in, they might go and take it.
And in
Well,
the
that's the-
chaos,
That's what I mean. It
Shemaeus
would
may
have to be
make his
carefully
move.
worded. Just saying that. I mean, we could even lie and say the coppers here have reported strange things. I mean, they may be dealing with strange things. Who knows? It's breathing. They're probably dealing with strange things.
I can encourage my father to reach out to Algili again. But
There is no
I-
controlling what will happen. That is your concern.
no. I fear telling him what state they are in because my father is. He is sympathetic.
My worry is what they may be able to do if they consume the mothers of the Daynor horde.
And we
Even
can
just
persuade
one.
ourselves of that, I think, at least. The Daynor hordes are strong.
Yeah, I'm just meaning
Gileali
there
is
might.
particularly vulnerable.
Yeah, I was just meaning that there might be a sense of just warning to watch out for whispers from outside.
Yes.
Just because
I
a
will-
crack even in a mighty shield can spread to bring down a wall.
I will have to.
However, the
I
saying
will have
goes.
to think on a way to warn of that.
As you've seemed to implicate, although your direct horde is open to the idea of an alliance, you cannot speak for all of the Daynor hordes. If your people begin to mobilize, your other family may as well.
There is a single Daynor horde, but there are multiple mothers within the horde.
That is what I meant, yes. You'll have to forgive me, I haven't dealt with much of your kind, especially with a horde so vast as yours.
I I no longer know how much I can trust my horde.
Give it time.
Yeah, at the moment, there's not much. Oh, sorry.
She's just gonna go. My question is, why do you have to tell them anything? I understand that you're trying to warn them about, the man in red, but warning them about the man in red, and then they follow those threads and find out, even from that little bit of information, what is happening, they mobilize to take that horde, and that's exactly what he wants.
Yes, because they may try to move on Gileali for Gileali's benefit, or at least that from their perspective.
Oh no! With most dragons, they just go in, they do take all their shit and kill her.
Which would
Yes.
be the
Which
exact
gives him exactly what he wants.
the exact opening that he would need.
Aye, in the chaos, who would notice a single kobold or drake running around?
He believes he's clever, remember? He would be the sort to have that sort of plan if his
Aye.
outright one didn't work.
I mean, believes is a stretch. He is clever. He outsmarted all of you. You just happened to beat him by brute force.
Yes, but he
That's
also
not-
believes he's clever. Somebody who believes they're clever, even if they are clever, has a weakness.
Indeed. Hubris is a powerful thing.
And to be frank, I wouldn't consider outsmarting us a terribly high bar.
Hmm.
It is because of his hubris that he stayed to fight us anyway. We would have been powerless to stop him from disappearing into the ether.
Or if he simply left in the beginning of the fight.
Exactly.
That's how godhood works. You have to make an impression. If your impression is immediately disappearing, you're not a god, you're an anomaly. Some weird plane or nothing.
So
Why do
us
you think
further
Gortog
again.
makes a big show up in the night sky every now and again, making the stars stampede?
He
So everyone
He wanted-
remembers he's there.
wanted to
Right.
kill you and show his power immediately.
But by
He-
defeating
he's-
him, we showed his weakness.
He's clever, but he is.
Not he's not omniscient. Not yet.
He needs. He
Um,
needs to.
The other point is, yes, he would have shown himself as powerful if he'd taken us out. But by allowing himself to be taken out and put in a box where he can
We
wait
fear
for all
him.
of his plans to come to fruition. He has 2 lines for every possible outcome.
Oh, have you told Necrobos, Vara, what happens when you try to see the futures with them in it?
They look at me.
Ugh.
They are already messing with the timelines.
We still
Not
don't
where he
know,
wants to be, but he's way closer than we're comfortable admitting.
which makes it all the more important we find a way to put him down for good.
Yes.
He's
Agreed.
gonna look to Hildegard.
Also,
Gotta
Midge
look
is
back.
sitting there for this, isn't she?
Midge is sleeping upstairs.
That's right.
Yeah, she went to bed.
Good thing too.
The Kerbal looks between you. What? You're not suggesting what I think you're suggesting, are you?
I'm not suggesting we feed the man in red to her patron, no. But if she truly is such a powerful creature with such domain over death, she may know a way.
It is certainly possible. I don't know. My contact with her is spotty at best.
Which was
Well,
part of
now
the
that
reason
you-
for us moving to Golmada.
And now that I am aware, I can begin theorizing.
You're a worthy addition. Honestly, I think we could really use you. This is a hunt for the ages.
Okay, let's see. Even if he is not physically capable of being destroyed, but he can be trapped.
As if I recall correctly, our allies were working for a means of permanent entrapment.
I know. This topic has been touchy, but there might be a protomantic spell, perhaps, that could trap him in a moment forever. Or
That's risky.
I don't think he can't die from age. He's an ooze. A wannabe god ooze.
Well, we're not sure if he is an ooze or simply built off one.
Regardless, he's in. You don't know if he's physically destructible.
Your point?
We could weaken him. That's about as much as we can infer.
So we need to find So we need to find a way to bypass that or render that ability impotent. They're like pacing now.
Well, unless
Those
you
are some very, very good theories, but at the same time, not one's easily answered. I mean, if we could imprison gods and rob them of their power, good lord.
Mhm.
Think of all the problems that would have. Think of all the problems that would have never happened.
Vask kind of glances at Midge before kind of going,
No, she's asleep.
I believe that's. Oh, Midge is
Yep.
still asleep?
She's upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mitch is up later than planned.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot about that. But Vask could go, well, isn't that what we assume the Furble did to the Crow Mother?
Oh shit.
exactly.
Unsure if she was classified as a deity
But she was powerful.
strong enough to
Something-
threaten actual deities from what little we've heard.
Exactly.
Yes, wait. If that is that, but that's a good point. She is strong enough to challenge deities. He is not yet a deity.
As far as we know,
He is not yet a deity. If he was,
that
Yeah,
actually
there
is
would
an
be
interesting.
some.
That is an actually interesting line, because her prison is damn near absolute. Excuse me.
Yes.
and
Didn't
she
Midge
has-
say something about that she was broken into pieces and her power scattered?
Something
Mhm.
like that. I do also know that she weakened significantly over the centuries.
No
At
one
least
to
that's-
worship her, no one to feed her.
At least that's what the
Oh,
implication I've
I
gotten.
need to talk to Mitch when she wakes up.
If we could find a way to replicate the ritual, it could seal him for a significant amount of time.
Now, Necrobus,
Yes, fast.
go easy on Midge because you have to remember Midge is basically a young adult. You know, like
I know.
teenager. Just
I'm aware.
And-
I'm aware.
This is also essentially talking about her people's doomsday.
This is potentially our people's doomsday.
I understand this one's been soaked in her culture for centuries.
yes, I'm just saying, have a gentle claw.
You saw what happened. She very close to possibly clubbing me.
I
I think she would have actually
No.
made Thumper thump you.
I don't think she would have killed me, but
Either way, if you mean to speak with Midge, I will be there with you.
Vask can't help but laugh at the thought. He goes, I mean, the worst she could have done is put you in one of those beads herself.
don't think those work on humanoids.
And it worked on a Perryton, so who knows?
I don't even know if that thing's got a full mind anymore.
So what we need to do from here is continue to rest.
Aye.
And
We have
use-
more immediate concerns.
We can't get too worked up. What's in the Necrobus?
What?
At this point,
Yeah. Our energy, Garm's energy is not so much of you're overreacting to this. It's like, yep, I've had months to absorb this.
it's like yeah, you'll get to about where we are. Just give it a minute.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll settle into quiet, dreadful anxiety.
Followed by, fuck this bitch.
Like, oh, she's finally catching up with the rest of us. Or there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
stage 2 of Shemaeus accept.
God, I hate this bitch.
Stage 5 is worship.
All right, Vask,
Stage 5 is spite.
prep a plate for Midge.
Yep.
I want to get some food in here before we start talking business.
I will say, like, considering the days of rest we've had, Hildegard is back to her regular shriveled self instead of shriveled squared.
That's good.
The bones!
Yeah, she was not looking pretty for a bit. I mean, you don't look pretty already, but
All right, you got
Bones
your
are
HP.
unguarded!
When you're that frail, all juice is bone hurting juice.
yeah.
All right, so with all those revelations, what all else are you guys going to do on this day? Midge is still sleeping pretty hard upstairs. You're not sure how long she'll be down. You try to wake her up or wait and see what happens there.
In the meantime, Vask does have a sending ready
Mm-hmm. Lay it on me.
for Ruben,
I
and
have-
he'll spend the 3 sorcery points.
Yep, I have not forgotten Wistala's either. I will be sending that at the appropriate time. The last one you
Oh.
sent. Actually, that was your sending stone. So yeah, this is the sorcery points. Never mind.
Yeah, because
I was about to say, you already used sending today.
that only goes. The stone only goes to Wistala, so I would have to use sending to talk to Ruben or eventually Sam, because I think
Yep.
we need to update Sam on some things. Also, let him know that we're alive.
Yeah, those are good calls. Okay.
But for Ruben, we're alive still. All Shemaeus needs to ascend is to absorb Al-Ghilali. He has an agent in the Horde. Believe they created the Behir. Beware.
Okay.
Because we talked to Ruben about the Behir.
Yeah, he knows pretty much everything you guys did in Ibrana. Okay.
Yeah, we informed him because he was an ally of the Horde.
Yeah, because he's probably one of the only other outsiders to know the true state of things, if I had to guess.
And
Yeah.
considering he has an intimate tie to Shemaeus, he was already interwoven.
Mm-hmm.
So, giving him more info is not really a risk. It's just you're already in the shit. Maybe
He's
you
honestly
right,
one of your
because-
better. He's honestly one of your better options for a confidant in all this.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
I always kind of forget that for a second that he was Orvatz's schoolhood friend.
question mark.
No, not question mark.
No,
Yeah,
no, I
Miriam.
was joking because.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Look, they, as loath as I am to say, the three of them had Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura dynamic going for a while there.
Oh no!
Where any one of them could have fucked any other one of them, and no one would have questioned it.
Oh god, we're
all been
fighting
in character.
Sasuke. It all makes sense.
Yep.
Nerd Sasuke.
And that's why we need to kill him.
No wonder he's so full of rage. He got stuck with Sasuke.
Did Vara go to school with Kakashi in accounting?
Yep.
All right.
People seen that?
Oh, all right. I'm gonna work on that reply.
No, there was a series of Tumblr posts or Twitters where someone's like, I was just in my accounting class and there was Kakashi.
Oh,
And then someone else had photos. It's a guy who would go to class in full Kakashi gear,
Oh
cosplay. And so he became known as Kakashi from accounting.
That really is I like the mouthfeel of that phrase. That's funny.
Kakashi from accounting. Jesus Christ.
The 2000s were wild.
Still in them.
God, I went to high school during the heyday of Naruto Shippuden. Oy.
Yeah, so did I. It was everywhere, and I was in a Christian school.
I mean, there's not much else more Christian than ninjas.
It's true.
You
you
weren't
did
there for that
explain
conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's working on what?
Yep, I'll work on the responses while you guys plan out your day.
Vasquez, if there is the workshop or lab, he wants to study the God Bone Dust first. But if Necrobus also wants to keep their mind off of things, we could study the Gold Potion. Those are the 2 things I want to study.
Yeah.
Use your brains, nerds.
I think we should study
But
it.
I have or also Vask will eventually actually Necrobus. I know I just talked to you about making a metal key, but he pulls out the fellstone that you were carving. Do you think sometime this week we could continue this?
Yeah. Yes, we can finish that.
Unless
That's
anybody,
just as experiments, so.
Unless anybody asks her to do one of her ritual spells for anything, Vara is just going to be studying her new quote-unquote spell book. You know,
The rings.
as wizard do.
Your bangles.
Oh yeah, we could also. This could be done at any point in the week. We could try to investigate and inspect the Rambler to see what those enchantments are that we've been
Mhm.
putting off on learning
Yep,
about.
that's another valid option.
Yeah, we got the time for it, so there's no reason not to.
Yeah, but I could do that. Because I would be more likely to spot what my parents did.
They
Mhm.
were
I think that would
technically
be-
put in place for you, so yes.
Yeah, I think the two best to investigate it. Actually, Hildegard, your detect magic would probably be helpful too, but the Krovos and Vara would probably be the best to scope it out, right?
Yeah.
I do have detect magic, and it is a ritual for me, so I can
Mhm.
do
Oh,
that.
true.
Yeah, it's just I have it easy. It's
Yeah,
fun.
you can just turn it on.
Yeah,
it
you
just
pat
takes,
one of the birds and their eyes start glowing.
it takes 5 minutes for Vara.
Oh boy. As Vass gets a message back. Damnation. I hate how much sense that makes. I'll send word. You know who hasn't said a word in months. Glad you're still alive.
Hmm. I will say, if he's not using Shemaeus' name over sending, we should probably
Good
make
to
that
know.
a standard.
Yeah.
So he's either Red Man or Bitch Man from now on.
I look.
Red bitch man.
God, it's the same feel as Butch Hartman. I don't like that.
I mean, it's fitting.
That's what I said.
Oh,
I,
must have.
I said red bitch man.
Oh,
Terrible stuff.
but yeah, I say if he's not using the name over sending, I'm gonna follow the wizards. Lead on that.
Unfortunately, there's also a word limit. We have so.
Well,
Anyways,
instead of like you know who, which is like, I mean, unless it could recognize like a hyphened title as you know who is one word, you could get away with it. That's like fucking with magic fuckery. You could
I
just
know
slam
what to call him, fucker.
that fucker.
Fuck Puddle.
No.
Puddle.
No.
Sorry, I had to inflict that rot on everyone because it was in my head. I had to get it out.
You just call him Ooze Man, honestly. That's
The Oozler.
Oh,
no.
That makes them worse.
The Oozler.
I'm just imagine, him just doing like flexes in the fucking prison. Just you like what you see, don't you?
There's so much fanfic about myself.
I've written it.
I'm my
Some-
own fan club.
That fucker
Yeah,
would
that's-
write fan fiction about himself, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's find a way to permanently imprison Ivan Ooze.
He's fucking Ivan Ooze. God
Fuck.
damn it.
Oh.
Anyways, we could just call him Ooze Man or something like that. Just simple. Like Ruben will get it. He's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know who is 3 words out of 25. That takes up.
So did he hyphen them as one word, or was it?
Nope.
Okay, so he did eat up. Okay, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Ruben
I don't
would
know
cheat
if hyphen words work that way for
Well,
sending.
if it's a
That's
title or something, maybe.
It's a big gray area.
I can see
It
if
depends
Ruben's
on whether or not the gods allow it at that particular moment.
if Ruben's not doing it, it probably wouldn't work.
Otherwise, everyone would just get rid of all the spaces in their fucking letter.
No, like old-fashioned telegrams.
Stop.
All right. Investigate the wagon.
All right.
I
Yep.
keep launching things at the wagon.
All right. So who's all looking at the wagon, and what's everybody else doing?
I shall gaze at the wagon.
Gaze
While they're
upon
busy
Gaia.
outside, I'm gonna finally check out the god dust.
All right.
Yeah, the entire wagon is full of gaze, Garm.
I mean,
It's just
we're
it's just a
the
matter
party,
of fact.
so
It's not a straight one in.
How would you like me to gaze at the wagon besides putting detect magic on as a ritual?
Detect magic helps. Arcana is your best bet for things.
Is there
Like
anybody
Necrobus
there
Investig-
to help me?
Investigation also, if you wish to find any specific enchantments too, that can also
Hidden
help.
compartments.
My investigation is terrible, but it has a 5 just
Your
because I'm
dad-
intelligent.
Your dad spared extra for the smuggler compartment, but never got a chance to tell you about it.
Probably. Is there anybody there helping me, or am I looking at this wagon myself?
Provost will help you.
There's a broom sweeping the entrance.
God.
Do you want to?
That broom is just moving around the campsite at this point.
So that makes me think he's sitting back in his lounge. He goes, I wonder if Varro found the weed cabinet.
No, if I found the weed cabinet.
She would have a
Over
nose
the-
for it. Just sniff it out.
Soccer found it and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, he ate it like catnip.
Would you give me aid for this roll, so I can
Yeah.
have advantage?
Yes.
I didn't need it.
Wow.
Thank you. I didn't need it though.
It's a hell of a start to the evening.
We ended last session with the natural 20, and now we started with the natural 20.
Yeah.
Seriously,
right.
what the fuck?
Both of
Okay,
them
well,
Arcana.
yeah,
We ended
that's
last
just
session with the natural 20 Arcana and started this time with the natural 20 Arcana.
that's pretty great. All right, so you look it over. You never just kind of not bothered looking at it. You remembered when the enchantment triggered was when Gabral tried to grab it and pull it back and keep it from moving away, and it repelled him for a moment. So you start out looking for wards, any kind of warding glyphs on the thing, and you don't see anything at first. It's a very ornate wagon. There's no chicken scratched in, rune marked anywhere, but you begin to see that the patterns are there. They're just much more intricately woven into things. You learn this thing is pretty tricked out. It was meant to be used if when your parents' intended path as a diplomat. And
In case
it was
of
intended to
assassins.
be a little mobile base. So the first thing you learn is that this thing has a shield cantrip embedded into it that it can permanently use.
Shit.
Force fields.
Yep.
Question: does that shield cantrip extend to the creatures pulling it, or is it just the wagon
Anything
itself?
on its immediate person, yes, it can be triggered,
Much
but
more useful.
it will be triggered when the wagon itself is attempted to be struck, though.
Ah, I get you. 'Cause I was just thinking, like, wow, shield spell would be great for protecting the wagon. If someone just sniped the birds, we're dead in the water regardless, though.
Okay.
All right. You also see that. Let's see, where is it? I have a list. It's just been there for a while. You guys got the Rambler like a year and a half ago. All right.
And we never checked our driver's manual at all.
We
Nope.
have kind of been darting everywhere, almost nonstop.
It took giant fuckery for us to sit down and say, all right, we need a map.
All right. You learn that it also has a. This one seems like a no-brainer. You also learn that it has alarm built into it as well,
Oh,
in the event of a break-in.
That makes sense.
Oh. And now imagine the future. Like, we can't tell fucking soccer or the birds about that. Because they'll start jimmying the door or windows open to try and set off the alarm just to fuck with us.
red alarm. Red alarm.
God. No Packlands.
All right. Let me see what else it's got here. Oh, that's a fun one.
Arcane cannons.
It does not come equipped with any weapons. You learn something that you really wish you knew about a while ago. It has major illusion attached to it that can be used once a day
No.
What?
for a duration of up to 8 hours.
So nobody
So-
noticed that this wagon is
And that can apply to everything on it and pulling it.
So we could disguise ourselves as a different cart with different animals, or we could use it to disguise it as like shrubbery at night.
Yep.
I get the feeling that the fucking axe beaks are fairly common. I don't know if we really need to disguise them too much.
Yep. Could at least just make them look different.
Yeah. Until
Maybe.
Quill yells at us.
I imagine that my parents would have explained all of this to me if I gotten it normally.
They were going to give it to you when you graduated, yes.
Oh damn!
All right, let me see. There were a couple of others.
Oh wow, they went all out.
Rich family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Gotta
of
take
their-
care
Family
of-
for a bunch of diplomats, which in a war-torn country.
Yeah,
God.
they essentially got her the equivalent of a really tricked out, like, bulletproof limo.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Let me see.
And Vasquez out here crawling through the mud collecting Fellspawn samples for funding.
Yep. You learned also that the interior is lined with detect poison and disease.
Oh shit.
Yeah, sweet.
Assassination attempts are something that just are a fact of life.
Did Vasquez just never notice the Chaos Phage vial glowing when it was in there?
Yeah, you have to activate the glyph to see it. If you did, almost all of Vast's collection would light up and there'd be little danger. Please remove.
That's when you start hearing the Geiger counter go off, and Vasquez is like, "Can someone turn that off?"
They have a setting
Weird.
where if somebody sets off the poison counter, an Acme like hand comes out of the wall, grabs you, and then a boot comes and kicks you in the ass out of the way. That's what happens in my brain.
That is a very funny image. All right. This one is definitely your dad's idea. This was his favorite spell. The rear has a grease glyph on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I wish I'd
God,
known
we
that
could've
when
pulled that in.
Jabral was trying to grab us. That would have been funny.
Yeah. You've got an oil slick. Congratulations.
He would
Oh
have
my
just popped his
God.
wings out, but, like, he would have been pissed. It'd be
My
very
dad would
funny.
play Mario Kart, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He'd be good at it, too.
Fucker.
God, magic carriage races must be a thing, and they're extravagant.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, no, it'd probably be more like chariot races for like a sporting.
It'd be like a mixture of chariot races and Mario Kart, let's be honest.
Wacky
Mhm.
races in a fantasy
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Okay, there's a one-shot idea for you, VV.
Yeah.
God.
It has
Believe
to
you
be.
me.
It has to be hosted by the Rad Hags.
Yeah. Oh, it would be them. Yes, they exist. All the Mad Max hags live out in the deserts on another continent.
Like, oh, is that where the rust hags are?
Yep.
We prefer the term rad hag. Like Roadhog.
Oh, I love them.
Same.
Any other goodies on this, or is that the last one?
I'm looking through. Let's see. Alongside detect poison, there is purify food and drink.
Handy.
Okay.
God damn.
So, like I said, this is a rich kid's wagon.
This is
And
So, like,
here's-
built-in unseen servant?
Let me see. Was that on my list? No, not that one, unfortunately. But
Oh. Mr. Ghost Butler.
you guys have enough companions as it is.
Yeah, always.
That
No,
is
it's a
why I did
partially
not speak to the homunculus.
And here I am trying to make Necrobus make me a new one and make a new companion. But yeah, if it was unseen servant, it'd just be like a pair of fancy gloves showing up.
Oh my god.
Partially unseen servant.
Yeah, that's a knockoff spell. Partially seen servant.
Oh, I just looked at the map. Etinsum as a name is a very interesting name near Giant Land.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So, sorry, Gazer Bay. That has a skull like
Yeah.
the crater had a skull.
Yep.
Yeah,
Looks like a crater island.
Mhm.
it quite possibly is a spot that sailors and others have warned there be monsters there.
Yep.
That's what that sigil usually means. Means that place is dangerous even for errants.
Yeah, we were when we were looking at the map, and it's like, hey, what's this over here? It's like, oh yeah, people sail out there, see lights, never come back. I think it was Stump who told us or some shit.
Yep, witch lights float around that place a lot, and anybody who goes there, they do not return.
The Jin
All right.
Sea.
Yep. Oh, here it is. The granddaddy abilities that they have is in the interior, there is a glyph that provides enhanceability.
Oh,
Okay.
That would have been very useful.
What?
When you're inside, one individual who touches the glyph can activate enhanceability on themselves once a day.
well, that's useful for road experiments or projects.
Yeah.
It was intended to be a diplomatic thing. It's essentially a Red Bull to help you cram if you need to think of something in a pinch.
Does it only work when you're inside it, or can you hit it and then like walk outside?
It only works in the interior of the wagon.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to
And,
remember that when Vasquez is doing road alchemy.
Yep. And that is the list.
Okay.
Damn.
That isn't
It's
bad.
mostly just a collection of useful first level spells to keep it protected.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should also mention that it was made out of spell-resistant lacquer, so it does technically have advantage on saving throws against offensive spells.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
It's funny.
This thing, you will rapidly realize, would cost thousands and thousands of gold pieces to make.
Well, no wonder her parents sent bounty hunters after us just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just think of how much Mom is willing to spend to bring her daughter home.
Oh
it's not
God.
just grand theft. This is like super grand theft auto.
You took her
Supreme
daughter
theft auto.
and her car.
Tricked out Subaru.
I'm gonna think of it as a tricked out Subaru now. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh God! In lieu of you finding of us getting Quilliam, Sunset, and Charger, all I can imagine that was Mom being like, "And here's your pedigree, pack animals."
Mm-hmm. Oh, they would have gotten you some fine-ass ponies.
Pretentious ponies.
They're paraders.
Oh, they would get stuck in the mud and just sit there and cry. It's just like, these animals were not built for travel.
Not travel in the mud of Reveland. I think I was supposed to be traveling somewhere else, to be fair.
You were supposed to be
Yeah.
primarily going around the valley, yeah, but still, yeah. And attempting to take horses like that, it'd just be our tax or never-ending story every single
Oh
day.
no.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
we got the much lighter birds who can distribute their weight and, handle the muck.
And occasionally swim through the water like ducks.
Exactly. And peck the shit out of things.
Yeah, Raven, you're not biased at all, Raven.
I like axe beaks. I've always liked axe beaks. They're fun.
Mhm.
Oh no, actually, they're great.
I've seen the art for them in the new Monster Manual. They went with
Yes.
colorful tropical
Yeah.
colors this time.
Yeah,
sure.
I was willing. I wanted to share that actually. I
They're like
just forgot to.
toucan colored.
I wonder if they got their stats got updated at all, because they're a little lackluster, but it makes sense. They're a low CR monster.
I do not. They did not show the stats, just the image, but it was really nice.
I had to
Toucan
go hunt this
colors.
picture down.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that cosplay, and I'm like, you fucking evil monster.
That is immensely funny.
But it's like people who don't know it. It's just like, is that a no-clip horse? What's going on here?
No.
I think you can see the reaction. There's just a guy on the left walking by, and there's a guy on the right who looks like he's backing up for a minute, going, "What the fuck?"
He's like, how dare you? How could you do this to me in the public place?
How dare you traumatize a Gen Xer like this? All right, so that is what you deduce from the wagon. That takes a couple hours to do.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh.
And I'll come back to this another day and do an investigation to see if there's anything different I can glean.
Okay.
Secret compartments.
And I don't want to overdo it on one day and not get the benefits of all the resting that I'm trying to do.
Absolutely not, no. All right. All right, so that was looking around. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do for the day, or can we move on?
Move on.
Could I just, if I realize I probably need Necrobus's help for the
Yeah.
oh right, I just noticed I got a message.
His email was flashing.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Westall finally replied. But could Vask try to whip up something from the crab blood, storm crab blood? Because
Sure, if you wanted to.
crabs are supposedly have healing blood.
Alright.
Probably no advantage since everyone's outside.
Yep. If you wish to experiment with it, you could start with an Arcana to kind of deduce like what you think you could do with it and what you might require.
Okay.
Oh, very good
25.
roll. Very, very good roll.
I've been cooking
Alright,
with the eggs, so
Looking it over. Yep. Just looking over it, just kind of deducing everything. You can clearly tell that creature was powered by giant magic. Whatever it was. It lived in an environment that was steeped in it.
probably
And you
why
can
it's
definitely
still
sense
massive.
its blood has arcane properties.
Probably why
on
it stayed massive compared to everything else.
Mm-hmm. You can tell with that 25 that as it is now, what you would be able to brew with it would be a potion of lightning resistance.
Okay. I already have one of those from the Behir, so having another one would be
Mix them.
stockpile.
Doing that might actually make it even stronger, yes. It might be a potion that could potentially just downright reduce lightning damage.
Like permanently.
Potentially.
Only one way to find out.
Okay. Would that take up the day studying it?
That would take up your day's worth of work to do, yes, if you attempted
Okay.
that. I'll allow the Arcana as a freebie just so you can go into what you choose to do informed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then could I prepare it for the possible infusion with the other one?
Yeah, I would allow that.
Oh boy. I
If
probably
I
should get help with this, but
I am able, can I examine that golden potion?
Yeah, you didn't take part in technically doing any activity investigating the wagon, so yes, you can investigate it.
I thought they gave aid, so that's why I was assuming I wouldn't have help for this.
Didn't wind up needing the aid, so I won't bother counting it.
Okay. Yeah, Vask was
Um,
also wanting to check out the golden stuff, so if you want to do that instead, I'll give assistance.
Well, today, you're getting ready to merge the potions. Or is that
You're
something-
just
Okay,
busy.
all right. I just wanted to be involved with that, but if you want to take it over, go ahead.
No. I'm just figuring out what we're doing.
That's what I mean. If you wanted to do that now, I can put off the lightning potions.
Yep, you
Well,
can
we
tell with the high roll you had, merging those lightning potions is not going to be too high risk of a thing. Not like, say, the Godbone Dust, which, if you get that wrong, that could cause problems.
Yeah, that one I might have to go in. Well, no, I would need a lab, so I want to go into the carriage. That's why I didn't experiment with it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do the lightning potion first, and then we'll do the gold stuff tomorrow. So?
I mean, if that's, I don't want to interfere with if you wanted to do the gold potion. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
You got
no.
you got multiple days. You can.
Yeah, we have 5 days. I'm just trying to find.
I thought we
the
just had 3 days now.
3 days to go
Okay.
after this.
3 days.
Yes, we can cliff notes our way through that to you guys' heart's content.
Yeah,
So
we'll
just
do
whatever
the
order
lightning
you want to do
potion
them in.
today.
It's just Fast Kiss so many projects, and he's not going to be able to get to all of.
There'll be time when you're on the road too.
Yeah, we'll do the lightning potion today, and then we can look at other stuff tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to do the lightning potion, that would be just an alchemy check. Okay. You,
Damn.
man,
I'm
you.
gonna fucking flash of genius that.
Oh, even better.
29.
All right.
Cause fuck.
You knew what to do. You had a pretty informed idea of how to go about it, but you managed to combine the storm crab and Bahir blood together. Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Who wants a potion of lightning resistance permanent?
As
Who
your
knows
roll
when
was,
that might come in handy?
Yeah.
We haven't run into too many lightning throwers.
That's why I still have the Bahir potion, because that was the only big thing that did massive lightning.
oh boy. Oh, you were just one. Wait, hold on.
I mean,
Oh
if
shit, you
Necromus is
just
helping,
made the threshold.
I
As you
could.
pour them in,
Let's say.
see, this is a big one. You guys rolled good with that flash of genius. You just hit the threshold for this. You pour the two in. The currents of electricity charging in both of them collide for a moment, and the entire bottle lights up.
Oh.
Oh.
You have to shield your eyes, and there's a feeling of rumbling throughout the entire lab. You guys may have stumbled upon something.
One grenade.
The potion goes from being blue to completely clear, and it glows slightly.
Uh,
Oh.
Do we
That's
know what it
did we
does?
just do?
You know, I don't know.
Y'all have rolled high. This is tier 3 gameplay. It means you're more likely to get better potions out of this.
Can I do what?
Arcana,
what is it?
sure.
Can I
Arcana to attempt. You can assist.
Cool.
Do we make lightning in a jar?
23, okay.
23.
Lightning in
You...
a bottle.
Nah, close. You look around, trying to figure out a way to test it. Then you remember you've got the perfect little tester right there.
Mhm.
Take out a little piece of blub.
Oh, blub. I thought you were going to say soccer.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say the.
I'm not gonna. No, that is too much power for what's about to happen here.
Oh no!
He's already the taser weasel.
Oh god, what have we done?
What have we done?
So I do have pieces of blub. Green
Yep.
slime's gross, so Vesk has to portion them out.
Yep. You take out a little sliver of them, no objections. Place them down and put a little drop of the potion. You swear for a moment you hear Popeye music.
Oh, jeez.
Blub suddenly starts slithering around with great force and starts knocking things over hundreds of times his size. Congratulations, you made a potion of storm giant strength.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Jesus. Well, if we need to kill something, we feed this to Garm, and then someone cast haste on him.
Oh my god! Looks the best.
Well, shit.
Who says winners don't take drugs?
And observing the blood sample over time, does it seem like a permanent upgrade or like a potion that just has a timer?
All right, so for the next hour, your lab is terrorized by this little blob of jelly.
Holy shit.
It slithers around, not knowing its own strength, leaping what would be hundreds of feet for you across tabletops, like knocking over instruments. It knows
Oh, God.
power now. You have to dodge away because at one point it accidentally clips one of you in the shoulder and knocks you on your ass.
Oh my god!
Created flubber.
God, it really is.
And after an hour, it just falls back down and becomes the same little inert blob.
Well, hey, Garb, I think I'm reserving this for you sometime. Like, we've seen the damage you do when...
Finds something, pops her head up.
The two nerds are fucking lifting their goggles.
Yeah.
It just...
We briefly turned Flub into a god. What if we stick this in the god dog?
Oh my god.
I just imagine now, like, Jabral shows up and then just, like, Garm chug.
No. We sick Flub on him. We slingshot his ass into the horizon.
We're going to,
That is 29
Save us?
fucking strength. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Storm Giant is the strongest giant strength you can get, I think.
Yeah.
Unless they updated it.
Nope, it's still there. For 1 hour, that little sliver of blub had the highest strength score of anything you guys have seen in the campaign so far.
God, I could,
Wrestle a fucking dragon.
yeah, just imagine, like, we're just getting tossed around. It's like, Garb, help us. And Garb gets manhandled.
You try to contain it in a jar and it just pulls you along.
Yeah, fun fact, an ancient silver has a strength of 30. Blub
I just
briefly became as strong as a Gileali.
God, I just
Jesus.
imagine it's like Garm like traps it under like one of the cooking pots, and he sits on it, but it just carries him around like a Roomba, like a cat sitting on a Roomba.
oh god.
It's great.
Well, now we have. Oh God, Vasquez thinking it's just like, it's probably not a good idea and probably cause more trouble. But if we really wanted to cause chaos, just take a few eyedroppers of this and just dole up some bloods and scatter them.
God, Vask, that is how you become a world-renowned terrorist.
Yeah. So, oh, and then Vask kind of gets this face. It's like, the potion that I had already that was made from the blood of the here.
Oh, their face falls.
Technically, this would have. God, it's a mixture of dragon magic and
Giant.
the giant magic.
Mm-hmm.
The Shemaeus, the piece of Shemaeus we have is wobbling very intensely. It's
That's in the lead box. That's staying in there.
Yeah, it's like, feed it to me. Feed it to me. I'll give you good pay.
The scientific method demands multiple experiments
Yeah, it's like,
on multiple sources.
yeah, it's like,
Please.
feed me, Vask. In my new age, I'll treat you well. Give it to me.
Oh God!
I wish to be swole.
After the chaos, we look over to the bench and we just see one of the birds, Drinky Bird, posing towards it. It's like, no!
Just fucking flies through the wall into the horizon.
You think he turns into the Vrock for a moment, but no, he just turned that buff. Turns into a pillar man bird.
Oh my God.
The claw.
Doesn't even fly, just poses and floats up into the air.
I guess kind of like Black Dynamite, how he fucking swims. He just flexes.
Okay, so congratulations on that.
Or one day down.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Good job of not testing on the weasel first, because
Damn.
soccer with
Yeah.
that power?
No, that would have been bad. That would have been bad for an entire hour. Whatever.
That would have been chaos across the entire countryside. He would have come back with a dead dragon in his mouth.
That's what I was worrying about, yeah. Or whatever.
Comes back with a
prey
judge's
animal.
arm. It's like, where did you get that?
It's just a fucking, 2-inch long weasel dragging a whole ass dragon.
Well, I do believe VV actually did tell us once that dragons are terrified of Aurum Vorax.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes and weasels, right?
Anything that eats, and just about anything that eats metal either.
God, remember?
It's a metal-eating weasel, the size of a
Elrond?
fucking bear.
Remember Elgrons?
Mm-hmm. I have fond memories of that little guy.
That was a
All
mistake
right.
on my part, but I don't regret it.
Your mistake was
giving
my
a tamer
pleasure.
A monster with
Anyway.
8 attacks was amazing.
All right.
Terrible thing.
Yes, next day.
Next day.
I would say unless we're unable to, you said we're only able to do light work, things that don't cost stuff.
Usually, yes. But what do you have in mind?
I'm just gonna say would using a spell like find flock of familiars be okay?
I would say that's a bit fuzzy, given that you're a warlock and you get your stuff back the next day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sake of fun, I'll allow it in that instance.
Okay. So essentially, each day Hildegard will be sending a flock of ravens in one direction. And basically, they just acting like a normal flock of birds and cataloging whatever they see.
Okay.
So yeah, just each day, different direction.
What directions have you sent them in?
Probably the cardinal to start with. North, south, east, and west.
Yep. Well, sending them in, we'll say yesterday was north, and that was easy. Water.
Yeah. I think that one was
to the
probably
fjords.
most to look for the fucking crab, I'm gonna be honest.
They just perched on the crab as it moved further out to sea for a while.
Yeah,
Just
Raven.
watching, starting fights with seagulls.
Yeah. So everyone just agrees, yeah, the ocean's terrible. This isn't gonna make it worse.
All right. And so they went north that day. What direction would you pick for the second day, since we're technically?
Definitely west, because we might be traveling west.
Yep. Okay. Traveling westward, far as they could go in a day. Crow flies.
50 feet, 100 if they're
Yep.
dashing.
Yep. Think about how far they could get in a day with that and turn back in time.
Hey, they don't have to turn back. She can just look through their eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Going that way largely has just been pretty open, undisturbed road. You do see some townships that appear to be pretty thoroughly abandoned, and some of them appear to be pretty thoroughly broken down. But no actual signs really of activity. Oh, actually, no. As far as you get, at one point you do see a large clearing right off the road that has a pretty sizable stone marker akin to the one you guys saw before you got into Alpenge. There is one figure camped out near it, but you can't make out any clear details about who they are just from a glance.
Okay.
Just what I was hoping for another waystone.
Well, it's a figure camped by the waystone.
Mm-hmm.
You should send one of the ravens down.
I mean, yeah, if she can, she definitely send one in to fly lower to get a better look without being super obvious.
Okay. I will pull out.
So, do we do a perception check for the burb, or
Perception, sure.
okay? Can one of the other burbs give him advantage?
That would be 2 birds, but yes, absolutely.
Okay. Didn't need it. What the fuck is tonight?
Fascinating. Y'all are. It's the rest and the good vibes from y'all bonding.
It's
Yeah.
we're finally out of the suck that was foregone.
You just feel better now that all that wraith energy is out of you.
Yeah. Also, it's a mysterious figure. Like, with nothing showing, the birds are stupid curious.
All right. Let me show you who you see.
Fun.
I have a hunch.
Got to pull this up. It's loading a bit slowly.
If it's Midge, I'm gonna freak.
They're just
No,
upstairs.
I don't think it's Midge.
Oh,
I will.
with us.
If it's Mitch, I.
Well, there was
then
that
my
one
world is
person.
shattered.
There was that one person that took their form. Whoever the fuck they were. It's still a mystery.
Oh yeah.
I think that was
No,
Nathan
it was,
because
That was a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
That was a
right,
change.
right.
That was just a changeling bounty hunter, and they died.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't.
You missed the chance to witness that cutscene. It was going to be a little bit of foreshadowing about Naaman the Golem.
Ah.
Oh
'Cause,
dear.
they got jellied in a nasty way.
Jesus Christ.
Cutthroat business.
All right, here we go. All right, still loading. Should be ready in a second. There we are. That is the figure that you see.
Interesting. Well, Hildegard would mention that she saw a figure on the road, specifically by a mysterious marker. A white-haired woman who looks relatively tall and well-built. Has almost like a pole axe with her. Pole arm of some sort? Yeah, just
You
sitting up.
say
She's not.
she's camped by a waystone.
Yes. Or at least stopped for the moment.
He's pulling out the map, looking at it.
She
You think your
also
raven's close to that curse mark?
Pulls out the map and she'll indicate where it is. Yeah. It's the mysterious marker rather than the curse mark.
Somebody has to be going around marking the stones.
Do you think it's her?
It could be.
As maybe somebody trying to warn people?
If the thrice accursed king is threatening the Sarkozy, yes.
Though I must say she's doing it in the most roundabout way possible.
You think there's a way to contact her?
I could just speak to a bird, honestly. I don't know how well she's going to take something from the trees talking to her.
Well, if she is Sarkozy, they have a connection, or they at least respect the wild.
Respecting the wild is different than when something starts talking to you. Especially when ravens do not have the most grandest of reputations.
Then choose your words carefully.
Start
Or-
with, do not shoot me. We would like to talk.
Is
Or
Vask
maybe
hearing this conversation?
dude, we're not hiding it.
You could have one of your birds carry a note.
Yes, but that's an entire flight there and back.
I think that would actually be more suspicious than a bird just suddenly flopping down and talking.
Yes, I can just say this is a familiar.
Aye.
They're common enough. She probably won't
Do you
suspect the
have
other
any
birds.
reason to suspect she's anything more than just a traveler?
I don't know.
We are very deep into the wild of Breveland.
I will say she is traveling alone. Only somebody very confident would do that in these lands.
Aye, it's worth a shot.
So, she would essentially contact one of the ravens and basically have it fly lower, but not like right next to her, like perch, like maybe on top of the rock. Because you know how birds sometimes get just close enough to eyeball you, like assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that basically. It
Okay.
looks down at her, and then it'll basically say, "This is familiar. Please do not be alarmed."
All right. So it took a good chunk of the day for it to fly that far. So I'd say by this point it's close to sunset.
Sun close.
Sun close, yes. Thank you.
God. Just the urge to throw something at you.
Just saying, if I have to picture it every time it happens,
Yes, it needs to be inflicted on everybody.
This is true.
Eclipses are caused by telling the god a bad pun, so he squints at you suspiciously.
Wrong one. Okay. All right. We'll go with that one.
I still think there's some kind of ancient super weapon somewhere where it's just a giant magnifying glass that floats in front of the sun and aims.
Like that idea's been around since like ancient times.
It could actually be done here. It's just his monocle.
Fancy lion.
All right. So the bird flutters down, addresses itself. The figure is just tending a small campfire in the shadow of, well, not really the shadow, just as the sun begins to wind down. Looks your way, then goes back to tending the fire again.
Just basically blew me off. Just speaking, are you the one marking the waystones?
The figure stands up, and she starts pacing over towards the perch that the bird is on.
It's
Oh,
not
dear.
gonna move.
What need have you to read all the waystones?
It started as a curiosity. One of my friends picked up, and then he started noticing a trend. And it matched some rather foreboding warnings we heard about a cursed king.
Are you near?
Far
Bird
away.
tilts head. Not too far away. Familiars have a range.
Days travel east.
I mean, she's not lying. She's.
Yeah.
Do you wish to speak in person?
It certainly would be easier to know who I'm talking to before I reveal information that can be used against some things.
Ah, apologies. Hildegard's going to glance over at Garm and say quickly, she wishes to meet in person because speaking through...
I
Well,
understand.
I did not know you.
She's going to glance at the party just real quick. Like, do you all think that's a good idea, or...
We should pick a safe middle ground.
Maybe we have a fucking tower.
Maybe make a set the date for when we are arrested.
I'm just saying, if she's even within half a day's journey, she'll see the tower. It's a
fair.
fortified position.
Not to mention it's basically just on the other side of the fjord.
Yeah, the only reason she
Endpoint.
can't...
I'd say to just let her come.
Yeah.
Okay. The bird will like tilt its head down the road. It goes, we are maybe a day's journey that way. Down the road, a friend of ours has put up a very ostentatious resting point, let's say. You'll see it long before anything else.
We shall see.
See if I ever put this fucking tower back up for you.
We shall see.
I mean, it's only 2 stories. That's like a house.
Basically.
For like the swamplands, this is practically
Yeah.
mansion.
That's fair.
We shall see. Be wary of prying eyes in these lands, little watcher.
I try and keep my own prying eye on everything.
Then I should be wary of you. And walks back over to the fire.
Tilts his head again and goes, if I didn't know any better, I'd suspect you were a bard, and then just flies off.
That might have been a big insult of Sarkozy culture.
I don't fucking know. Snarky ass clap back, and she's sitting there going like, what the hell?
Well, you certainly have the sharp tongue of a bard.
Yeah.
The bard I knew was nicer than you.
My bard could beat up your bard.
Yeah,
Well, not
Hildegard
anymore.
But yeah, no. Garm's going to lightly pat you on the shoulder.
Thank you.
nods and like though that bird flies away and she makes a very specific like show of it flying away back down the trail, the other birds stay in the trees. She has no reason to suspect the entire flock is hers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They will
So you
stay
have
in
the bird to
Overwatch
keep an eye on this person.
In case
Yeah.
they get bushwhacked.
for the remainder of their time, which they had 8 hours, so they're probably only got a couple left.
Okay.
I mean, if we
Alright.
summon them early, I mean.
You're treated to the riveting sight of this individual preparing dinner, eating it, and laying down.
Okay.
So, like, when your ravens disappear, do they just kind of evaporate into mist, or do they explode into feathers?
No, it's very much they just kind of evaporate into shadow mostly, or that's how
Like
I
a
see it.
Pepper's ghost.
Except for one of
Mhm.
them, who deliberately chooses to explode.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought
like
they
the
were
poor
feeling
bird in
sassy.
Shrek.
I thought the same thing too.
Yeah.
Just that exploding bird.
He just sings and sustains such a high note he explodes.
That's called harmonic cascade or
you
resonance
use
cascade.
that one for scouting.
You know, you use that one to send a message.
Different sort of message. All right. So
That's
anything else?
That's explolaug.
So,
Explaug.
Explaug.
so question, since we still have
Yep.
the rest of the day for the rest of us, right?
Yep.
Um, is there any other sendings I should do? Because I am up to full for sorcery points. So I could send 1 or 2 a day if I need to. While also using the sending stone to talk to Wistala.
I can't think of anything specific, but
Also, as a metagame thing, I don't know if we should ask Wistala for too much information about Alpinch, considering a certain one shot that might be going on soon.
As I said, that one shot will happen after all of this. It's going to happen concurrently to
okay.
whatever point in the game we're at, so don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was what happened during the months we were gone.
You'll learn the things that have happened either way, but yeah, the actual event of the
Okay,
one
then-
shot will be concurrent.
Then yeah, we could, message a day with Wistala to, get some intel updates from Alpinch if we wanted.
Yeah, keep to the most important stuff.
Yeah, I just can't really think of anything at the moment. So if anybody has things, go ahead.
I guess you could ask details about the Enclave. If our plan worked.
Yeah, true. I'll think of something. But there are other messages because I can use a sending to, just anyone we've met.
Yeah. No, I don't got nothing.
yeah, me neither.
I think maybe at some point I'll just send a message to Sam, just be like, "Hey, don't know if you're trying to reach us. We got stuck in giant magic trap, so
Yeah, you
We're
could
back.
contact Sam.
If you do, you should mention Necrovos.
We picked up a new friend. Don't shoot them if they happen to be around us.
yeah, I could say Jetta stayed behind an Alpinch, picked up a new body for the Unbowed or something. I'll think of it. But project guys, I know I'm being annoying with this stuff, but that's because a lot of
really.
stuff to do.
Nope. Catch up by all means.
Yeah.
Time to do it.
Yeah. You have things to do, and not all of us have, skills to do stuff with. It's
Yeah,
fine.
most I can
So-
do is read my book, so.
Necromos.
Yes.
You want to help me with? So, do you want to do the mystery gold potion today? You can help me study the God Bone Desk because I want every bonus I can for this, including Flash of Genius, if possible.
Yes.
And-
I will help you.
Or I could pester you to continue with the fellstone carving.
Well, the fellstone carving, I do want to finish that, but I think something as potent as Godbone Dust.
Yeah, I know
is
that
more-
one. Yeah, so you want to do the potion, the mystery gold thing first, since that's the
Yeah, we'll do that, and then the
God
Godbone
Bone
Dust.
Dust.
You can use
And
the
then maybe the
wagon
last-
for that.
Oh, that's true.
Well, no, the
yeah.
God Bone Dust, I specifically have to have a workshop or a lab. I couldn't do it in the carriage.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make you a lab.
Well, no, like DM specifically said, I want to use a lab for this.
Okay.
Yeah,
God
I
damn
had
that.
told him that as the result of a roll, that if you were not in like really good laboratory conditions, sterile and everything, this would probably
So
escape.
this workshop might not even be up to standards that would be required.
Yep,
Yeah.
you might want to investigate that to make sure. Because as I said, if you want to get the most out of Godbone dust, you need some pretty hefty equipment to be able to deal with that.
Yeah, especially when I want to do something that's not the normal application.
Okay, so the
Which, for
solution is
something
to
super rare.
obviously you need to kill. You need to make an Necrobos, get the key, open the portal, jump through, kill Ichabod, take his lab, Godbone dust, come back.
I mean, that was one of the reasons why when I was thinking it was a lab, if it is or not, I don't think it is anymore.
We have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a miniature dungeon we're going to get stuck in for another 3 months. But anyways, so potion. You have the better stats for this, so I guess I'm giving you a Necrobos.
Okay, what should I roll, VV?
Arcana, if you were attempting to figure out what it does,
Yeah,
and nothing at all if you just want to shotgun it.
yeah.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted, but
I think we
need
should
to be
study it
smart.
first.
Yeah, because we may be a better time to use it.
Flash of genius.
Okay, soft 20.
Yes. Wow, that's a 5 of the.
I mean, if I rolled a 5, it would have only been a 12. So
Wow.
this was the residue we got from the making the supreme potions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which I have 4 of those if anybody wants one.
It was we got
Probably.
Garv, I think, should have one.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Supreme
the,
potion.
The supreme heartbeat potion. There's 4 of
Yeah.
them that we made last time.
Yeah,
So
but
I
there's
think Garv
like
being the
list.
tank would probably do good with one of those.
Maybe one to Vara?
Yeah.
I do
giving
have
one to the nerd since it'll restore the overwhelming majority of their hit points.
Yeah.
She can
Beth
take
definitely
2
wants to
hits
keep
now.
one.
I take 2 hits. Woo.
Well, Lara
Hooray!
also has the dragon potion with the dragon
Yeah.
cup.
Dragon Cup.
How much does that do
That's-
again?
Oh, the supreme heartbeat potion. Let me see. It was.
I
it was
have it.
crazy.
It's
Oh yeah, 10d4 plus 30.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. That.
So,
Eh. This. I don't know exactly what this is. It's a restorative potion, without a doubt. I think it might be even more potent than any of the emotion at one of the supreme healing potions. I think it might be even more potent than that, but I don't know exactly what it'll do. It's not going to hurt anybody who drinks it, but I don't know the exact specifics. It's potent, whatever it is.
Let's store it, and maybe we can take a look at it again with, fresh mind some other day.
If one of us goes down, that might be what we want to use.
Oh wait, Vask is going to go into his collection out in the carriage and pull out the noble stock.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
Does it have similar properties? Does it seem like it has similar properties to the noble stock that we got from Morael?
No, not exactly. And that would be a new site in Necrovos. You remember the Noble Stalk can be used as a resurrection spell freebie, basically,
Yeah.
or a regeneration. Either
Hmm.
one choice. This does not appear to be the same as that, based on what they say. It has a restorative property, but exactly what it is, you don't know. You'd probably have to drink it to find out.
Yeah.
Would it require consuming the whole thing, or could we do a taste like a dip a
You
pinky
don't
in
know.
Let's
it? Take a fucking sip, babes.
on the one hand, Vask, if we drink it, we'll find out what it does, but then we won't have it anymore, and there's no guarantee we could make it again. But on the other hand,
Yeah, because I mean, I doubt we're gonna find another heartbeat ever that size of a house.
Yeah,
But
and
on
you
the,
guys
on,
didn't. You guys did not collect any seeds.
damn. But on the other claw, I really want to know what it does.
I thought I asked her if there were seeds, and I thought you said it wasn't like at the right maturity.
Mm-hmm. Something
I'm
like
pretty sure
that.
we had to run.
We would have
Yeah,
had. I
from
think
the-
it was one of those where we would have had to dig into it more to get to the
Yep.
seed.
Oh, right.
It would have
Yeah.
taken a
Yeah.
lot longer to do that. Yes.
And there were Gigants coming, so yeah.
We should save it, but I do. We'll keep.
I mean, if you really want to, it'd be funny. But we've already had one really funny potion-based shenanigan today.
Yeah,
mean,
Oh,
yeah.
up to you.
Maybe if we find another, like, someone specifically trained in alchemy, we can get a second opinion. I don't know. Vask
Yeah.
just has. Vask is one of those people where it's like, I make some weird concoctions. I'm not drinking things that I don't know what they do first. I've seen what happens.
What do you say? Someone trained in alchemy. If their eye twitches.
I meant to. Okay, when Vask sees that, he goes,
A third
okay,
opinion.
I'm trained in alchemy. You're trained in alchemy. I mean someone who is a master in alchemy. Someone whose focus is entirely upon that scientific magic.
Fair enough.
All right. You have deduced that about its nature and put that away. That took a while. That's today's activity.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So for the record, it has a restorative effect, but we can't ascertain the exact details.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it doesn't seem to have the same effect as the Moriel, because I was thinking it might. And I guess I was just thinking it might have been a potion of regenerate. That was what I thought, but
Yeah, it might be
because if
something.
it was, we might
more
want to save that
than-
for Anaphora.
Oh yeah. Or Hildegard, honestly.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if that's something that can be regenerated.
I mean, it might at least help her body.
Yeah.
One of the ravens takes it and drinks it instead because they want to keep her dependent.
Oh god, that would turn them into a phoenix.
Oh my god.
I don't think Crow Mother and Phoenix would play nice.
Yeah, who
No.
knows?
Probably not. But you don't know.
Who knows?
Hey, next day. How many days do we have left now? 1 or 2?
2.
2. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, anything anybody wants to do today, or are we just going to shotgun through it as quick as we can?
So just doling out the potions. Vask has one, Garm has one, Vara has one, Hildegard has one. And
Yeah,
then
the
Necrobos has a
apparently
Supreme already.
Yeah, she already
Yeah.
had one. So it's a supreme healing potion. Yeah.
A Supreme Heartbeat Potion.
Add that to my
Well, that's just
list.
what Vask labeled his.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So, what we doing for the dawn of the second day? 48 hours remain.
Uh-huh.
Better keep an eye out for our guest.
Yep.
I mean, Hildegard can't just send Laug out to go, fly out and basically just watch her walk down the fucking trail.
If you do send out a flyer in that direction again, they would, if you allowed them to fly all the way across again, would arrive back at that same glade and see that person is still there.
Mm.
They appear to be, by the time they arrive, speaking to someone, but you can't quite see who.
Can Laug see any more without getting too close? I guess that would be a stealth check.
Sure, if you want him to be sneaky.
try to be sneaky, and if we get caught in this, it could be bad. I would just stay in the tree and perception. Then
Okay.
I don't think Flash of Genius is going to help something like half a mile away.
Not in this instance, no.
Yeah.
No, I
Right.
absolutely not.
Here's try perception.
Okay.
Fucking hell! You only have a +4 to that.
Pretty great. High rolls tonight, mostly. Okay, so observes for a time. The figure she's crouched down, speaking to something that appears to be low to the ground, but there is no visible sign whatsoever of it being anything actually there. No signs of invisibility. You wait for an hour watching as they move about, appearing to be speaking to. You can't really make out the words too clearly, but they appear to move on and then resume speaking to themselves again not long after that.
Mm.
But nothing ever becomes visible.
Does this, considering, Hildegard's background, would she recognize this as any sort of prayer? Or is this very clearly speaking to something?
You don't know much about Sarkozy traditions, but you can make religion, history, arcana, your choice. Different context for each.
Let's see here. Okay, decent religion. Let's try that.
16.
I'm a cleric.
They don't appear to be carrying any holy symbols you recognize or anything like that, and there's nothing about their motions that appears particularly ritualistic. For all intents and purposes, it looks like they're just very animatedly talking to themselves.
Gotcha.
Keep in mind the Sarkozy keep their own ways.
Yeah. She'll nod at that and goes, I understand. She would have been transferring everything she sees to Garm and whoever's close anyways.
All right.
I don't particularly understand what she's doing. But considering how in the know she is, it'd be foolish to consider it anything else than passing information along. It's...
You say it's about a day's flight?
Roughly. Not too far away, honestly.
We might
Across
go.
the fjord.
We might wind up going to her by the time we're done.
Yeah, just point straight across. She does not seem to be in any hurry to meet us, though she's knows where to meet us.
Either she comes or we go to her when we're done resting. Either way.
Okay.
Aye.
And I'll just keep an eye on her.
All right. So, anything else for the day while that goes on? What were you going to experiment on?
Well, I'm.
I'd like to complete the shell. The Fellstone shell.
Yep. Given the rules about resting, I doubt you could devote enough time to finish it today. But if you want to make some progress with it,
Yeah.
all right. Remind me what.
They had we purified the Fellstone. They've made progress. He said it was like half completed or something to carving it to a specific shape.
Correct.
I think it was jeweler's tools I was using to carve it into the shape of a snail.
Yes, jeweler's tools would be needed for that.
Papa. Oh, are you helping me, Vask, or?
Sure. Well, Vasquez is going to try and invest, study the bone dust more without, I don't know.
Yeah. Nothing wrong
I'm
with doing
really
two different
second-
things.
I'm really
Don't
second guessing.
you should investigate the bone dust, and I can do this one on my own.
Yeah, it's just
It's
I
like
don't
if
know
you
if mechanically Vesk would learn anything more without a proper lab.
it
Yep.
can't hurt.
Ah,
Oh, jeez.
What?
okay. I may have spoken too soon.
So, who slipped roll 20 a fucking hundo when we weren't looking?
Wasn't me. I want you guys to suffer. I slipped him like an IOU or like one of those Christian proselytizing tracks that looks like $100 bill.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh no!
no wonder we're getting
That's
got-
cool.
natural 20s, and it's like, well,
Working at a gas station, so many of those showed up. People would try to like pass off those like proselytizing things among the actual bills. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I got one of those the other day.
They're wonderful. Hey, so wonderful. Anyhow, so comedic. If I were doing a funnier version of this, you do what SpongeBob did to that block of marble. You hit it once and it falls into the perfect
Oh
shape.
God.
But no, you
I
just
am-
find. Go ahead.
I think they just get like really into the zone, like they go zen.
Yep. Yep, that is what happens. You're thinking about everything that's happened, the successes with the potions, and that was fun. You actually really enjoyed working with Vask there. All the horrifying realizations about the man in red, working with a dangerous substance like Fellstone, but also the joy of carving at something and like working, using your hands and your mind at the same time. You get into a really, really good pace. And you've got a damn good looking spiral snail shell by the end.
Nice.
They blink and it's something like half a day later or something, and they look up, they sit up and look around. Did I black out?
it looked like you did.
You kind of went into a fugue state.
They'll like scoop up the shaved off bits into like a little container. Well, Vask, I didn't think I'd get it done yet, but they will hold up
geez.
the shell.
Vask will take it and be like, "Oh, this is perfect. Thank you."
You're welcome. What are you using it for again?
There's a worrisome pause as he tries to think of a cover. Well, okay, full confession. I'm trying to see if I can. Well, he gestures at the birds and the weasels scampering about. I'm trying to see if I can make a familiar.
Oh, why did you want to avoid answering?
Familiar made out of feldspawn.
I mean,
Or a fell. I'm trying to create a feldspawn from scratch, and you just helped me complete a big step of it. Thank you.
Takes the working
Wait.
ghost.
you ask?
Power walks down the
Wow.
hallway.
Sorry,
Whistling.
what was that? Yes, Nicole. I didn't actually. Vast didn't actually walk away. He noticed.
Okay.
Like,
You're creating a fell spawn from scratch.
yes. I can show you my plans if you'd like, but it's a project that I'm hoping that I can apologize for rather than ask permission with, like, Garmin Biter.
They put their hands on their hips. And just look at him.
What? You expect shame?
I expect you to just talk to your friend.
I can't. Well, Okay, so Vasquez hasn't talked to Garm about his familiar idea, but he has talked to him about the glove, though. So
Yeah, it's specifically the creating
yeah,
a fell spawn.
yeah. So
Like just a little one.
That
hey, Garm, come check out what Necromus made for me.
you
Oh my
motherfucker.
god.
No,
Found a
Throwing
new
them under the bus.
found a new purpose
Vasquez
for the
kind of.
Rambler. You find another thing under the Rambler, Nacrobos's mangled body.
Oh God. No. Okay. So I asked Necromus to make this for me. This wasn't. But actually, just want to say, check out. There's a piece of art, honestly.
I
Thank you. It's,
Now, since we've been on this whole thing recently, this last week about how honesty is important, or I guess it's last few weeks, 4 months.
last 3 months.
Yeah, like I said, time magic makes my head hurt. But um, I'm trying to see if I can create a small fellspawn with this. Cards fully on the table. It will be bonded to my control just as the birds and soccer are to their masters.
I don't find a problem with this. I think doing it in a small controlled state is probably a good idea to understand them
And
better.
honestly, having you and Biter here is probably some of the best, assurances in case it becomes something I can't, becomes something I didn't predict.
He's got his arms crossed. He's nodded to all
Now
this.
you should feel, you know, I don't know what's the word, but I am coming to you guys out of respect. Nikovas did remind me that I should be a little more open about this, but just think of this as a sign of respect. I've been an errant longer than you've been alive, and I'm asking for your opinion slash permission.
Well, you've been there longer than I have. I haven't been there at all. But
Yeah, no, you're not an errand until we get you signed up. Like,
I'm not.
you're not on the contract.
That's
Vask
something for
pulls out the
that's
unbound
a
errant contract.
conversation for a different time. But
Man,
I've been around
oh
longer
God,
than you both.
I know. Sorry, I just realized something funny. Pull out the unbound errantry contract, and down at the bottom, it's just multiple names scratched out from all of Jetta's personas.
Can't believe all of our complete casualty list is one person. But yeah, no. He hasn't immediately spoken up. He's waiting for you to finish and explaining yourself. He's just and then at the very end, you having already said that, take this as a sign of respect, that, you're my assurance that this doesn't go wrong. You just
then you've already said anything I could say.
He's gonna
Yeah.
leave you to
Also,
your
I
business.
realize this probably won't be a good look. I'll make sure to keep it hidden when we run into your dad.
Yes, that is for the best.
'Cause I'm sure seeing me with the fell spawn floating around, or however it's going to move, probably won't reassure him about your, the company you keep now.
He's gonna look down at your arm.
When was the last time you checked that?
Every day. And DM, has it gotten any progressive, or is it? Because he hasn't really tried messing with it recently, like enhancing
It
it.
has been pretty inert lately.
Yeah. I think because other than feeling like a limiter was removed with the telekinesis, now I can do this as you get lifted up a little bit, Garm. I can now affect the living things, but other than that, it's just been quiet, inert.
Well, keep me posted in case something changes.
Now, Okay, because the two of you would know the significance of this. Part of the thing I am going to try to ensure that it obeys me is I'm going to be using Slod as a binding agent. And he'll
You're going to use,
gesture to the gem.
you're using the Chaos Phase Venom.
Virus or anything. No. I still want to see if we can make like a vaccine against that sometime, but that's probably going to require a full lab like the other project.
All right.
Worry not. I trust you.
Because I mean, we've personally seen how I can compel the Slod.
Yes, you have a device specifically to control them. So
That's why I was considering using Slod blood, or even the. I was hoping to give the dead tadpole to the Citadel. That would definitely get us a big some credit there, but might be useful for this if the blood I have preserved isn't enough.
All right.
He just leads you to your business.
Yeah. Thank you for the shell.
yes, you're quite welcome.
Um,
We've been working on all these projects together. I think I need to come up with my own.
Yeah. And so while Necrovus was working on that, and I feel bad about taking up a lot of time because of projects, but would I be able to just do another Arcana check on the God Bone Dust now that I have a workshop
Sure.
where that's not jostling around?
Sure.
Arcana?
Yep. Arcana. 17. All right. So,
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I can get. Well, actually, can I have asked Vara for help?
Like I do.
um,
I am pretty good at Arcana. I don't know if I would know much about. I mean, I had to go to college for this shit, so.
College.
I mean, if I will allow it in this instance, it's a serious matter. Next time, though, let me know in advance before you make checks, though.
Yeah, I didn't think of that until right afterwards because it was like, wait, we have a wizard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is her tower. I'm using her workshop.
I can either give you aid or.
Giving aid's fine,
Yes.
or rolling again
You
on
wanna
your own
take
to
a roll
see if
yourself?
Vara brings in her own perspective on all this.
Actually, that might get a different, you know. You want to try rolling yourself?
Yeah, which one would you rather? Because I'm good at just giving you aid or trying to look at it myself.
I think we
we
probably
can.
get different answers, but you have a pretty good Arcana, better than mine, so.
Okay. I will roll my own then.
Oh,
That's why
happened
I asked,
again.
because
Oh
you've been
my god!
That's
You've
the
been rolling
second time
hot.
I've rolled tonight.
What is
you've been
tonight?
rolling hot.
Fascinating.
I can't wait for us to get into combat eventually. It is nothing but ones and fives.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just how it goes. All right. Yeah, this is a high number. I don't want Nat 20 to become the new 12. That's not as
Hey,
fun.
Roll 20 giveth, roll 20 taketh away.
Yeah, but it always gives
Definitely
12.
take us.
Right now, it's really softening us up.
Trying to lure us in. More
That's what I was
flies.
saying.
honey.
That
Water.
roll 20's vengeance is inevitable.
All right, so looking over everything, Vara, you deduce pretty quickly as people come and go, the door opens, you realize this place is a little too exposed to the outside world. Any door opens, anything goes around. There's an open stairwell up to the upstairs right there. This place, you need to be in a chamber even more sealed than this if you want to open that Godbone dust.
Yeah, so She'll look around and then look at him and go, I wouldn't try dust in here. It's not sealed enough. Somebody could open a door and then there goes your dust out the window.
Yeah.
But you do know that it is legitimate. You saw it sourced yourself.
It bit me, yeah. It's definitely still got its properties, whatever those properties might be. But studying it more, might want to wait till we have a space where you have less chance of losing even a little bit of it.
Honestly, Sapphire Citadel might be able to help us out on that end.
Yeah, do they rent out labs?
You can ask.
I mean, Vasquez's been an associate. He's not a full member, but he's like you said, he's worked with them.
You're a
long
regular
time,
enough
got himself
customer,
one.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they've ever lent you a full lab, but you've got a material that they definitely would be interested in knowing about. They might agree to have it experimented on and tested just to see if it's legitimate.
I would suggest going to the college, but bringing Godbone dust to a
right.
place where somebody wants to make himself into a god, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, honestly, the college was my very first idea about a good place to experiment with it. But
You snort lines of that stuff. Just a little straw sticking out of his gelatinous, featureless face.
No, he'd mix it like heroin over a candle and a spoon.
Oh my god.
That's even worse. All right, well, that is what has been deduced about the Godbone dust.
Okay.
All right, so anything else for the day, or we move on to the final day, 24 hours remain?
Final day.
Are the moons getting closer each night?
Yes.
I had that exact fucking flashback.
Sometimes the moons do get closer than they normally are. There is no discernible lunar pattern. They just show up, stay where they're at for the time. They move if they want to, then they leave.
Wasn't this is out of character? Vask would know this, and he want to be offensive to just. Wasn't Hildegard a cleric of the moon goddess? Or
Yes,
one of the moon goddesses.
Thane the Mother Moon, yes.
She's specifically a goddess of Hardis, healing, hearth. Yeah.
And in Thornlake, mushrooms.
But yeah, what you need? Or was it just a question?
Oh no, that was clarifying because I was like, oh yeah, wasn't it Hildegard?
Yeah, Thane is one of the. I think they're like considered sister goddesses.
Yeah, they're a mother, maiden, crone trio.
Oh, gotcha. They're a trifecta.
That makes
Thane
sense.
is
Yeah,
the
when
mother.
you said Mother Moon, I was wondering if that was the case.
Okay, that makes sense. I like when you said it, I'm like, oh, I remember you talking about this. I just fucking blanked it out because my brain.
Just shorthand
That does remind
version.
me.
Yep, go ahead.
No, you first.
Just the shorthand version, Karn the Maiden Moon has red cracks in the surface and is the source of the red moon that caused Garm to change. Thane is a bright glowing one that has a very gentle light to it. It is the friendly one of the only ones that actively gives out power to those who seek it. Taught people a lot of healing arts. Yep, and Deras is an amber sphere that's a little bit smaller and is really weird. That's all people really know about it. It is the most erratic of the moons. Sometimes it just doesn't show up. Sometimes it sticks around.
The crone
D&D
moon.
D&D world builders love to add a fucked up little moon somewhere.
Fucked up little moon.
If you don't have a fucked up moon, you didn't build a fantasy world.
I'm not immune to this.
Speaking of which, that reminds me, that's an interaction I wanted to have with Midge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, did she ever wake up? Because I was worried about
Yes. Midge has just been going about her business. She's spent most of the day just combing the beach, spending time with her little critters.
Aw.
She's having a good time. Which I think that she deserves after Forgotten. She had a
that.
time.
I think. Oh yeah, Vask
We all
would have
had a
told her.
time
It's like If you're down at the beach and you find some crabs or lobsters, bring them up back and I can cook us something good.
That's happened at least once. At one point, she
What's
brought
up?
back a crab that was a little bit too big.
So what must have are going through an existential crisis because of Oregon.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'll poke her about the moon since she mentioned it the other day.
All right. Midge is out there at the beach, poking at something in the shallows. Oh. Eat something?
Questions. Wondering if you could answer them.
I could try.
You'll find a nice big rock to sit on.
Plenty of those.
The memory of your people is longer than mine, so I was hoping you might know more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know of the moons?
Moons. Oh. Looks up at the sky for a moment, then shies away, remembering that the sun is staring right down at them.
It's,
Don't make eye contact any longer than you have to.
He takes it personally.
Oh, that's why it burns. Rask takes it
Mhm.
personally.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's a big animal. You don't make eye contact. You see it as a challenge.
Nope.
That's actually exactly it, yes. He is that bitch.
The great jean jacket in the sky. But
That's-
yeah,
that's what I'm
you'll
wrong.
just ask about the moons. What the old gear know about them.
They're not particularly vocal. They've just been around. I barely remember the stories. They were never really much of a focal point of discussion. Except for Dara, though. Got stories about her.
What kind?
That her appearance was the herald of the islet. That she first appeared in the sky not too long before they arrived. But I don't know if that's true or not. The other two, I don't know. They were around before my people were created, I think. Or maybe sometime in that same window. They're old. Largely keep to themselves. I know Karn's power over, well, looks over at you in a somewhat awkward way.
It's okay, I understand. That's why I was asking. Trying to piece together all the connections.
What kind?
So very little is known about the moons, and yet their effect on this world, on people like me, is apparent.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard it said that my curse stems from the glamour, and you just said it yourself that at least one of the moons showed up around the time the islet did.
Possibility. That's the story I was always told. Of course, if I can be honest, I'm pretty sure. I don't know the exacts of it, but I'm fairly certain I remember them saying that the affliction didn't start affecting us until after your kind arrived. But that's an old tale that I'm not sure of.
It's a shame we couldn't save them, but when we were first investigating back in Brana, we found notes on the moons, speculation about their movements and the possibility that they're inhabited.
I mean, some of them do light up at night. Sometimes.
Yes, there's On the Hunter's Moon, she glows brightly, but then the Red Moon comes. It has the opposite effect. As if she's bleeding.
Yep, I've seen it. Everyone's seen it. It's always disturbing. Must be a terrible night for you.
Always.
You were born that way? God, it's happening to a child.
I imagine I was much easier to handle then. It's a strange feeling. It's almost as if it's like every instinct for survival is amplified to deafening levels. And I can't help but wonder maybe if that's a bit of sympathetic pain between us and the moon.
I wish I had a more clear answer than that. Can't say that doesn't make sense.
There is some kind of power to it. The man in red used the Red Moon, and the thrice accursed king plans to use it as well. Has some kind of power over shifters. I just don't know what.
Do you think there's anyone out there that might know such a thing?
What little notes we did find were devoured. As for you, though,
Eh?
I don't know much about your kind.
Yeah, like I don't really either, but
strangers among our own people. But from where do you hail?
well, it was a slip of the tongue, but back when we first met, what I said was honest. Great mood, west of here. Massive forest.
Andromeda.
That's what you call it, eh?
Aye, and that is why you feared Hildegard's patron.
Our legends of her are wicked ones, yes.
I don't fully trust the word of those birds. But I do mean what right by Hildegard. That being said, investigating that forest may help us.
You want to go to Greatmoot?
We were speculating a few days ago about how best to handle the man in red. If we can't kill him, we need to find a more permanent means of imprisoning him. And if all the stories you said were true, that the Crow Mother could threaten the gods themselves, perhaps what binds her can bind him.
Oh. Maybe. I don't know how it was done.
No, I don't imagine you do. It was a long time ago.
That's ancient history. I'm not even sure if the elders would know.
And I don't
Not
imagine
even.
they would appreciate us poking around trying to find out.
They'd take one look at Vask and Hildegard and try to kill them.
Oh,
As
As
is
much
often
as-
the way in this party.
It's not even just...
Wait, where's Ask?
You're Felspawn now.
Oh yeah.
There is just so much bitterness in that realm. Now that I've gotten out of it, I see it very clearly.
As you said, for them it's only been a few generations. For us, it's ancient history.
Oh, so. Well, I don't think I'll be of much help getting into Greatmoot, given that I'm in exile. And
Yeah,
still have no idea where. I'm trying not to think about that too hard right now. Summer's nearly at its end.
I don't know, Matt. I won't force you to accompany us just because you're from there. When we wrap up our business with the Sun Eater, your path is then yours to choose. Who
No, she's
knows?
ours.
You have the whole world to explore. Someone of your talents could do a lot of good on the road.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too, and I've been walking around out here. Don't really know. My goal for so long was just making things right, going back and making things what they were, but now I think they were just looking for a reason to get rid of me.
I've felt similar. I thought very much the same when I was sent north.
What do you think now?
I don't know. Lots of variables, lots of reasons to send me away.
Same braid, different head.
Yep. And like you said, there's no going back to the way things were. The world's changed and we've changed.
Can't help but worry deep down that a lot of this is my fault.
Regarding the Sun Eater,
All of it. I played even a factor in it, throwing things out of balance. Not sure how I'd handle that burden of knowledge.
well, it's not like the rest of us haven't been making waves. I'm sure history will look back on what we did in Foregone and ask the question, what if we just allowed that bastard to just run ramshot all over Breveland?
Assuming that he did run Ramstad.
Exactly. There's
I can't help but
lots of
question
things
that,
we don't
really.
know.
I have second thoughts about what we did in there, admittedly. I am also out of time. I don't seek destruction. I don't know. The man stayed in a box for 600 years and only chose to come out when things were dire. Maybe he was giving people a chance and then saw that the time came where there weren't any more chances.
Aye.
But there's no going back on that now.
Aye. We all have to live with what we do. Sometimes we kill the people who don't deserve it.
Poor bastards thinking about Lusant.
Hmm.
Do you ever get better at figuring out who deserves it and who doesn't? It's kind of your job to hunt things. I would hope that would come with the territory.
I'm only 25 years old, Midge. If I find out, I'll let you know.
Orb looks like, all right, you're a child.
Yeah, that is exactly what that face says. There's just this squinge, face wrinkling inward a tiny bit. All right. That is definitely taking some getting used to.
Look at it from my perspective. Apparently, you remain children for hundreds of years.
Well, physically, I think we age about the same speed as you, but we're not really treated as a full-fledged member of the moot with our own rights and our own lands until we're nearing a century. A lot of time to train, get good at what we do, figure
Humans
out
are
what we want to
lucky.
do.
Humans are lucky if their lifespan is 100.
Yeah, he'll echo that.
Meanwhile, my people are lucky if we ever reach a century.
No wonder you're all in such a damn hurry to cover the entire world. They all get snuffed out so quick.
I
Tries not to think about changelings. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a third of this conversation.
You're fine, you're fine. You're fine.
I suppose it's not the measure of years, but the content of them.
And then he'll look up at the sky, and
Really nothing lasts in this world, not even the stars. Those that burn brightest go out all the sooner.
Yeah, they draw too much attention to themselves.
I once heard it said that, from the mouth of my father, that the universe is a dark forest. Everything's always so afraid of drawing too much attention to itself, lest it be eaten. It's honestly a miracle that life exists here, as it does.
Oh, so.
Thank you, Midge. You're easy to talk to.
So are you. What do I do if I fail? If it's too late? What do I do with the knowledge of what could potentially come from that coming from me?
That's another thing my father taught me about. It's living in the shadow of the expectation of failure. It's he said something about letting it pass through you. And when you do fuck up, that's why that's why it's good to have friends to fall back on. Can't ever fix the big problems on your own.
Glad I took that risk then.
I'm gonna start heading back.
I'll stay out here a while longer. I like the sound of the waves. Also pretty sure there's a really big crab hiding from me down there. I want to see it before we leave.
Well, I'm sure if you make enough of a disturbance, it will come.
Not storm crab big, thankfully. Like, I don't know, almost as big as you as a wolf.
Oh, fuck.
If Vask hears that, he'd be like, we'll be eating good for days.
Mm-hmm. That is
So
indeed
now
a
it's-
mighty fine crab. Though, thank you for reminding me.
Oh, she's probably trying to look for it to capture it.
He's just going to return to the tower, but as he walks away, he just morphs into wolf form and just kind of, trots away.
All right.
Oh, right. Wasn't one of the days going to be trying to check Garm's armor about shapeshifting?
He hasn't brought that up yet.
Yeah.
That's something you'd have to. That's definitely a more than 1 day project to figure out. But yeah.
Yeah. He's noticed how busy you guys are, like running around with chickens with your heads cut off, and he's like, maybe another time.
I
On
mean,
the final day.
we still eat dinner together, and it's like after we are done working.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he just knows that you've been waiting to pull the trigger on some of these, so he's gonna wait for you to get done with your own stuff, so you don't feel conflicted in your goals.
On the final day, the provost is. Well, first they're going to go to Vask. Vask,
Hmm.
do you have any more felt stuff?
Yes.
I've been thinking.
I
It
do
has some
need.
interesting.
What I'm going to be making will require some of what I have, and I don't have the biggest amount, but how much you looking? I could probably spare a pound or two.
Well, I've been thinking about. You were talking about this thing. Did you guys have you guys told them about the crater? I'm pretty sure you have because we mentioned it fucking up Vara, right?
Oh, the creator spawn?
Yeah.
I believe that's been brought up. Yes.
Think
Yeah,
so.
I
Yeah,
think it
because
was.
Vasquez talked about wanting to go kill it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it
thinking-
was when we went over everything in a very brief, very quick manner. Just like, oh
Also
yeah,
have a
we're the
lot of-
giant fill spawn.
There's also their shavings from when you were carving it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about ways to protect Vara from this thing in the crater and anything else like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about whether I could fashion it into some kind of
Glass lenses.
Yes, exactly. So she could look upon
Were you
things.
looking at my
Without-
notes? Because I've had that same exact idea. I just don't know how to work with glass.
Well, stops to look at the giant wolf walk into the room and flop down.
Oh, he's not that big by wolf standards. It's normal wolf, which is the size of a man.
Yeah, it's not biter sized, which is the size of a horse.
Oh, he shrinks down sometimes, depending on how things go.
His mood.
Ah,
I don't.
Oh no,
Ideally, if
Kath
with
is
enough.
dead.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No!
All right, you might want to go check on her.
you killed her.
I'm good.
You killed her.
It's just the coughs don't stop.
I'm only now getting over that, so I feel you.
And ideally, I'd be able to create something to completely block out mental invasion on Vara, which would theoretically also make it so her visions weren't constant. But that's
I have
That's a-
heard good things about this exotic metal called tin. It works great if you line a hat with it. Apparently, helps block mental signals.
You joke, but that's actually lore accurate here.
No, I'm not joking. I figured it probably was. Vasquez
they
thinking
took-
like that's probably something they do in Kelba.
I like to think that tin dragons are conspiracy theorists.
Oh my god! They tilt their head.
Watch out for the Mercury dragons. Those fuckers are crazy. Sorry.
But we don't have. I don't have access to tin now. But for now, I figured that
with some time, I might be able to give her some protective lenses for when
Yeah.
we deal with crater spawn and anything like it.
Because there are so many things. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a glowing tide, but when the deep feldspawn die and beach themselves, they decompose and their bodies have some maddening effects that I was thinking a lot of effects rely on contact through sight. It's the eyes are the window into the brain. And
Yes.
putting up protective lenses against that has been something I've considered. It's just I can't work with glass. I never had the time or inclination until recently, and well, you've seen what being an errant is like. Not exactly sitting around very long in places, except for well, Alpinch, but that was an outlier.
They
And honestly, I have been really curious to see what creating glass without the need for physical tools, how to sculpt glass telekinetically.
well, you could watch. I need to use tools. I can just create
Oh.
tools.
Yeah, I just have never had the training.
Yes, but I mean, I would not. I'd be fine if you wanted to watch and observe. I I worry for Vara and what things can do, especially since you mentioned the man in red. Looking back at her,
I think honestly we could all use a pair of those.
ideally, but only have so much material.
See,
I have a built-in, they like thunk on their armor, which they're not wearing. They've been, tinkering with it.
yeah,
I've got a built-in mine protection, but not everyone does.
yeah, I have the ring of mind shielding I have a ring of mind shielding myself, but that doesn't protect against everything either.
Exactly. Farah, I feel, is the most pertinent with her abilities, but in due time,
You know, I say this as a humorous thing, and I guess as an apology for being a dick at first, but we really should have been talking about this stuff beforehand because I probably would have broken the ice a little bit sooner.
I didn't make it easy, Vask.
Well, that is true, but neither did we.
And I wasn't being entirely truthful either.
No, you were downright shifty. Like, no offense, but it looks to the others. Am I right? Was Crow was just like downright shifty when they first joined us?
I
turn and look and
shifty.
Carmen Farah just wrestling on the bed like you do with the dog, and they just freeze like, oh shit, they're looking at us. Yeah.
Okay,
Whatever you said.
Sure.
I figured this was all Vasquez cooking dinner. You came up and talked to him.
Yep.
Kids in the other room are playing.
Yeah, that's
Mom said it was my turn at the Xbox.
Hildegard's watching too, just egging them on.
yeah. The last picture that Gar posted. That's what's happening with Farah and Gar right now.
And hey, Dog Brain is in control. It's like he's not being weird about it. He's like, yeah, that's a big dog.
I could see the. Oh, sorry.
It's like how siblings play wrestle with each other, and
Mm-hmm.
also when you,
Yeah.
you do that with a big dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's two dimensions to this.
Yeah, we had to be the ones to wrestle with the Pyrenees pup as she was growing up because she
Oh,
was too
God.
big and rambunctious to wrestle with the elderly Basset Hound and the Rat Terrier
Jesus,
because
yeah.
she was already
Yeah.
bigger than they were.
Yeah.
All she'd have to
well-
do is open her mouth.
Oh, it's kind of a bummer. When we first got her the cat, he was scared of the dog, but she wanted to play with him so bad, but she was so big and intimidating. And so there was one time he reacted and swatted at her because she was being too much. And ever since then, even though he's grown up and now wants to be affectionate and playful with her, she's scared the shit of him and will just like look away when he's like coming up trying to rub up and be all affectionate. She's like, "No, I remember you hurt me."
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
Yes,
a trick.
hurt.
Anyway, sorry.
No shit. Yes. It's something I mentioned having my own project, so I was thinking about it.
Yes, thank you for assisting with so many of mine. I didn't mean to dominate everybody's time like that.
No, Vask. I appreciate having something to focus my mind on.
Yeah, I'll be honest. You did look like someone in desperate need of a project. Because I recognized it. I've been there myself.
I'm unsure of many things right now. Working with my hands, that's something I can do. They give like a weak smile. Now, with that,
You feel a mage hand give you a pat on the shoulder.
if you keep doing that, your hands are eventually going to fall off. They turn and leave.
Just looks at his hands that like, what? I don't get it.
You're in for a bad time once your mage hand starts developing a personality.
Oh,
God.
yeah. Idle mage hands.
Awakened mage hands would be the worst thing because they know so much shit about the wizards that summoned them.
God,
Damn
So-
it.
God.
I think it was Loot Tavern. There's a monster where it's called a snake with 100
Make
mage
100
hands.
mage hands?
Yes.
Yep. It's a
Bred
kobold blast.
bred by thieves guilds in order to slip into places and steal shit.
Yeah, it never got
That's what a
revealed, but
snake
in-
needs. Is just imagine you're sitting in your room, you hear the doorknob, click, it opens, and there's just a snake on the floor.
Yeah, that was a thing that never got
Yours.
revealed in Melgic. One of the thieves guilds was headed up by one who pretended to be the snake of their second in command.
Loot Tavern does have a hunt like that, except it's a baby Rakshasa controlling a guild pretending to be a cat.
Oh my god.
Oh god, it's the
Man.
oh, there's so many examples of that where it's the cat that's actually the evil mastermind.
I want
See, my
to
brain's
use
just going to-
Rakshasas so bad in an adventure, but they're so fucking
You should-
hard to.
You should
Yeah.
do it.
I look forward to seeing what they do with them.
Oh god. Now I'm just remembering
Oh, yeah, I wonder
llamas
how they
with
got
hats
updated.
and what happened when Carl manifested hands problems.
Yeah, giving hands to the handless never ends well.
No,
Just look at what happened with raccoons.
Mhm.
indeed. They were given to them for crimes, and crimes they committed. Anyhow, so
Yep.
Yes.
anything else for the
Last
final
day.
day?
Nope.
I guess I should do a message to Sam at some point.
If that's what you wish.
And just not not even going to use the full 25, but he would use the sending stone on one of the days and just be like, how's things with the I can't remember what name Jetta was using when we left.
It was back to Nat.
Yeah, how's Nat and the rest of the group doing? Hoping they're doing okay. Just gotta check in.
Okay. I will work on a response. If there's anything else anyone wants to do, now is the time to say so.
If you could add to that, because you still have some words left. Curious, where is Jabral right now?
Okay. Yeah, I would add that.
Because if he's left Alpench, it would be nice to know which direction he went. So we cannot go there.
Yeah. So the question is he resurrected exactly where he is? And he had to uncrumple himself?
Yep.
Or...
Well, I mean, I don't think he has to, like, because he got melted into a puddle and managed to come back from that somehow.
By the grace of God.
And the audacity of that bitch.
So do you think they just kind of took the puddle and then poured it into, like, a new suit of armor, like a mold?
Gross.
Some poor Reichman was carrying around a jar of Judge Cabral.
Like,
fuck.
the question is, does his armor reforge, or does he have to get a new armor every fucking time?
It's a big iron mold in the shape of a person. They just poured it.
It's like, Jabral died again, someone start the forges.
Oh boy, here we go resurrecting again.
Gotta make his entire armor because he got crumpled like a tin can this time.
Yeah.
Have your birds noticed our friend budging from her spot at all?
I got Laug on her, so that's a 24/7.
She has remained in that same glade. Just seems very devoted to staying there.
Alright.
So,
If asked,
Message
she'll
to-
give the update. Sorry.
oh, sorry. Message to Sam. Still alive, got stuck in Giant's magic curse in Forgone. Long story. Things a mess in Breveland. How are things going for you?
All right. 2 things to work on responses for. I will get on those.
Sorry,
Mingle,
it's
nerds,
just-
while I work.
I have the powers
um,
of telecommunication.
Hey, no, this is good. You're using your resources wisely and well.
Yeah, and remember, they have up to 8 hours to respond, so that gives leeway. Which I love that new stipulation for sending.
Yeah, I really like that addition and the one that you don't have to personally know the sendee. Someone else has to know them. Even though it turns very much into a new phone who dis scenario.
That must be so frustrating for, like, celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Every half-bit mage fan just keeps using sending on them, and it's just like, leave me alone.
I cast restraining order.
Oh no, that's what
Fireball is.
that's what Ring of Mind Shielding is for.
Oh my god.
Got to make a note of that.
That's really what it's like in Jammerpunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm making a note of it for.
It's like a patch you have to install.
Hey,
Garm, you look
you
very
all
pretty.
met Sam and Esther, yes?
Yes, I just sent a message out to Sam.
Oh, you're in contact with him.
Off and on, whenever I have the spare, You know, wait, has this been established that Necrobus knows Sam and
Yeah,
Esther?
yeah.
Yes.
I think that was one of the.
there.
Wasn't that one of the actual things that got us to trust you initially? It's like, well, if you know them, you might not be so bad.
Yeah, you know that they're horde friends.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever meet?
Sorry, continue. Rustala responded with something funny.
Did you ever meet a Draken they were traveling with?
Did we?
Nope.
We saw
Unless-
no Draken.
Except for Ikla.
Not anyone you would know. Well,
Is that a?
it was a changeling that pretended to be a draken. Someone we knew, but no draken as far as we knew.
Not a great impersonation, honestly. She couldn't grow the tail.
Is that something we keep an eye out for? We do have. Has Daenor accepted changelings into their horde?
Sam was the first one.
Okay.
In the beginning, you didn't trust outsiders like at all. Sam has opened the minds of some to thinking, okay, some could be nice. Maybe they have their uses, because Sam was really fucking useful in his time there. He was able to go into parts of the lair nobody else could, and
Yeah.
he's very good at what he does.
And what he does isn't very nice. Sorry.
Oh my
Well,
god, he was
I-
an exterminator.
Unless I had known a family member of mine have been traveling with him and Esther. And I did never looked at upon him the best. I felt he was too independent of the horde. But now I have a different perspective. And I would kind of like to speak to him at some point.
If
I'm not going to
I can't
voice
exactly-
this, but who wants to bet he died?
yeah, Vasquez trying not to let that slip over the mental link. It's like, oh, that guy's dead. But
Wait,
Vask
what?
would go. It's like, I can't exactly link you or act as I can act as a messenger if you want me to, one of the other days inquire about them, or see what, if you have a question or message to pass along, I can do that one day. Or
If you wouldn't mind. He
But-
was
I didn't mean to start laughing in the middle of your conversation, in your thing, but Wistala responded, looks to the rest of the group, the cuddle pile. So
hands over.
Wistala says our friends there, the Enclave, they check in every week, doing well, made new friends, whatever that means. And Vara, because you requested this, Wistala says, I think they found his armor a month ago, dredged for weeks. And then she says she has more to tell me tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, continue, Necrobus. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
good. If you wouldn't mind, he was what's the name for kobolds again? I'm still adjusting to the new.
You don't have to use that if you don't want to. I don't force
want
changes to
to.
the lore. I refer to them as they are called Drak.
Drock. Okay, he was a Drock, but a special Drock.
Oh, that makes
The
sense.
flappy
Drop
flappy
one's
kind.
global and drop in or two.
What?
Sorry, it clicked. Drak is one syllable, so of course that's what kobolds are called, and Draken are dragonborn. 2 syllables.
To an extent, yeah. It's really just one extra letter, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not mine to give his life story, but he was special.
Was he a flappy flap?
No. He was I mean, again, it's not my job to give you his life story.
But he's dead, probably. We don't know. Tell
Next
us about
time
your
you-
super cool, distant brother.
Next time you speak to Sam or Esther, do you ask about him? Ask to pass along a message?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Probably do it tomorrow.
Right. Right. Sam's answer is almost done.
Okay.
Oh shit! I thought I'd bought enough time.
That answer's already been sent. That sending was already sent and hit the word limit pretty well.
Oh.
There.
So now that we've rested,
Still have one more day, I think.
Well, this is the last day.
Oh, this is the last day?
Last day.
Yeah.
Oh. I must have missed.
What are we doing next?
I thought we had a whole other day left.
We're headed towards the looking for the Sun Eater.
Garm has not changed back, but he is nodding and paying attention now.
They look over at you and they do a little squint.
Yeah, he does that wolf thing where they stare at you.
Where did all your gear go?
Does the dog cock head?
Is it like this spell where?
Like a polymorph.
Yeah, is that like a spell like polymorphs, where your gear melds into your frame?
You can't talk like this. Oh, wait, no, we have mental wake up.
I mean, he's also nodding and things, so they're asking a yes or no question.
Oof.
So you answer no. You don't answer yes or no. Thanks.
He's a
It's
bit more
very-
playful as a wolf.
Oh, I see.
You have to remember, there's a little bit of that dog in him.
There is no dog in him. The dog is out. It's the man in him.
He'll be back to being a grumpy puss in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Well, all right. Looks to everyone else. So, can any of you answer the question?
Can you repeat the
What?
question?
Which was?
Is his gear? Where does it go? Is it like the spell? It melds into his body.
I'm not.
I assume it's a glamour curse, as far as I know. So who knows?
I wonder if you could carry your sword in your mouth. I mean, it would obviously take practice and dexterity, but imagine swinging your knife while you were a wolf.
Okay, Okami.
What?
I said okay, Okami.
Great wolf stiff.
He kind of just pops his jaws in a very
Yeah.
much. It gives the impression it's like, but teeth though.
I can see those, but sometimes you want to use just, the sword of giant might over just your teeth.
Question for the Garm.
Dog looks at you.
No, not in character. It's like when he yawned, did he do the thing where he stuck the dog sticks their tongue out?
Yes.
Hildegard will reach out and grab the tongue. I'm sorry. Every time my dog yawn and stuck his tongue out, I just reach out, grab his tongue, and he closes his mouth and look at me like I'm an idiot. It's fucking funny.
He's gonna close his mouth and start nibbling.
I did the same thing every time my dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
same.
It's like tongue is
He's
right
gonna start
there.
nibbling your hand until you let
It's just
go.
it's just
That's
a
fine.
compulsion.
I want you to know they haven't said anything, but they're so fucking confused.
Dog
Like,
culture,
human-
yo.
Pucks
That's
don't
so
do that.
sad.
They only stick their tongues out to lick their eyes.
That's gonna look and be like, us humans have bonded very much with canines.
If you try to do that to a puck, it gets stuck. They use their tongues to eat.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to stare. It's just I've never. This isn't anything I'm used to. You're so
Oh no,
just.
it's okay. They are coworkers.
I mean, what?
Well, that just made it worse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just made it awkward.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what vast means. Is like, no, I get where you're coming from. The coworkers, I understand.
Good
I-
dog, yo.
I mean that not in a like teasing mean way. Sorry.
I know.
No. You're good.
Hildegard makes the "how dare you" look in a playful manner as she's still holding the tongue. While being nibbled on, evidently.
Yeah, you know that thing that dogs do when they're kind of annoyed? Or,
Will they mouth something?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you all saw Vask eat a frog pieces of a frog hemoth as a giant crab, so he has no room to talk.
Yeah, we did see that, and I will judge you for it for the rest of your life.
I just.
It's weird outside of the hive, isn't it?
Yes. Very.
Oh, that's one spooky owl.
Which owl is spooky? Yeah.
And the arson inspiration.
Very spooky.
I don't like its legs at all.
Oh, I see the little head in the middle now.
Oh, it gets worse
Oh.
the longer you look at it.
Yeah, it's one of those like fucking illusion things.
This makes
I've-
me
I've been-
unhappy.
I've been looking for a reason to pull out that one kobold press owl, the one that looks just like a normal owl, except it has a human mouth.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do not like.
I think it's
Mouth.
fucking frog mouth.
Mouth.
It has teeth.
Oh,
Terrible.
Cursed. You're also affectionate with each other.
Sorry, what was that?
You're also affectionate with each other.
comes to the territory of nearly dying on a daily basis with each other. But no, I wouldn't grab Vask's tongue, but I would elbow him and laugh.
Thank you.
When you're talking to them and not looking, Garm immediately paws you with his fucking Velcro hand.
Slap.
It's just like
My dog has done that. He has smacked me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
since she is a 5'5" nothing twig of a woman,
Yeah,
she
knock her
just
over.
like she falls completely over like 4 to 5 feet. Just like, okay,
Well, we were on the
fine.
bed, so you're just on the fucking
Yeah, just
face
flop, we're
down now on the fucking sheets.
Fine. Just this, the petulant teenager. Fine.
The Krobos looks like just like I feel like I'm intruding.
Also, he's a
No,
big
we
dog.
just do
He's very
this.
soft. Like, go ahead, pet him. He's very soft.
Looks at Garm.
Looks at you.
And I looked at him.
They look at him. He looks at them.
It's not going anywhere.
They slowly reach out, pause to like see gauge his reaction.
Lets it happen.
I have another intrusive thought where she reaches out and Vara snaps at him. Because I've done that when people are cautious. I just kind of go, "Ooh."
Wait, do you though?
No, I won't. I'll allow you to pet the
No,
dog.
it's funny though.
I'll wait until we know each other better when you just go for a casual pat and I snap at your fingers.
Yeah, there's a, hand just plumps down onto top of your head.
Her feels fucking weird.
I guess, yeah. That's a good point.
Do you make a lizard stinky face?
Your lower eyelid raising, just
Don't like
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Doing like the same. Yes, they do. I got.
not sure like.
Yeah. They, gently move the hand around. It's not a pet. It's like just rubbing the hand around in the fur.
Kind of ruffling the fur.
Yeah. Is that bad?
That's good.
Yeah, he just puts his head down on the bed.
They just glance around at everybody.
If Vara makes a petting motion at you, like, well, fucking move your hands.
They will do so.
I can't believe I have to teach somebody how to pet a dog.
Cultures are different. We don't have pets.
No, that was in my brain.
I know. It's like we keep birds sometimes.
Just, Jilligar nodded. His birds can also be quite soft. Quill in particular has very soft feathers.
Yeah, he does.
He was kind of a show breed, so he's not really as equipped for the wilds, but he's adapted very well.
Yeah, he really has. I'm proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the birds we kept were used for scouting purposes more than anything. They were tough little cusses.
Raptors, songbirds.
Raptors and songbirds. Songbirds are the
Oh.
scary ones.
They
Druids
can
always
be.
told me that they were engines of pure hatred.
She reaches up to pet Raug, is just like, well, some. I found that the smarter they get, the less angry they tend to be.
Songbirds seem like they have something to prove at all times.
I feel like
Just
the
no.
smaller you make the animal, like the more if it's like all that hatred, all the content's under pressure.
Yeah. She just shakes her a little bit like this. It's sparrows and mockingbirds that have no sense of self-preservation.
I've been attacked by 7 of them in my life.
Ah,
Same one 3 times.
Only 7? It's just like, wow.
We don't have. I mean,
I actually kind of like
suppose-
mockingbirds, the little fucks.
I suppose the closest thing you have to pets are the pucks.
Guessing other animals in your area know to avoid you with association with larger dragons.
If anything gets into our horde, we kill it.
Exactly. So animals will adapt. And considering how long your horde's been around, I'd be shocked if there wasn't anything within a few miles that doesn't avoid the scent of dragon.
Yeah. You pull the hand away. Thank you, Garm.
Ah, he's fine. He's in just huffy big dog mode.
I see.
Larger
Yeah.
dogs tend to be very tolerable. Or tolerant. Almost abnormally so. I once saw a nearly newborn baby crawling all over a massive dog that was larger than I am tall. Now, it let the child ride it everywhere.
Yeah, that happens during autumn in our moods when the bears come looking for food.
Bears.
Just like squints legs, like, I don't trust bears.
Oh, well, you are very small.
That and bears are very well. They go from lazy 1 minute to murderous the next.
I mean, that's what we say about you guys.
That's fair.
See, one of the reasons
Yeah.
why it's dangerous to be friendly with a bear is because then they might start wrestling with you. Olgier can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we always had the same ones come around every few moons. We'd get attached to them.
Does this mean the Olgier observe Fat Bear Week?
Yes,
There's
Yeah.
32 chunker.
they have Fat Bear season. They actively help them reach hibernation.
I think we're a little too small to do that with
Yeah.
bears.
I think we register more as food or threat rather than fellow bear.
Yeah, apparently there have been several attempts throughout human history to try to domesticate bears, and it never ended well.
Yeah, they know better. You got to talk to them like that. Then again, we can talk to most animals, or at least they can understand us. They know what we mean when we speak to them. There's no confusion.
Yeah, that would be a help, I guess.
The Krampus taking all this in, stands up, and walks out the room.
Alright, I'm done. You mammals are weird. I need a minute.
I don't know how to process this. I'm gonna be by myself for a second.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have reached the autism gauge. I must abandon to the wilds.
Is that sending still being composed?
No,
Oh, no.
the response came a little while ago.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah, so Sam replied, thought you died, glad you didn't. Found a way to Kelba like a different world. Scary place. Answers are scarce, friends more so. We'll speak more.
How does Vask process that information?
What do you mean?
There's a way into Ankelba.
Well, yeah, that's just okay. Good. Their mission was a success. That's good for us for later. It's just
That
No,
means they can
confirm.
tell me how to find Ichabod.
Eventually, Vasquez trying to be patient
We do
because
have.
we have stuff accumulating here, approaching rapidly
Yep.
like a bear.
Yeah, if y'all ever run into a bear out in the wild, Midge is probably going to stop and try to hug it.
How's that one post go? It's like, I think I could befriend a bear. I think it would sense my good vibes and not kill me.
Yes, I would think your vibes were delicious.
Yeah, the group spends the rest of the night, unless someone like seeks them out, just kind of vibing alone.
All right.
I think they need a break from us for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I saw a clip the other day of a brown bear just booking it away from a moose that was pissed off at it. The moose was like twice the size of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wants to mess with a moose.
Oh yeah, this video.
The light speed bear.
It gets me every time.
So we rested now.
Mm-hmm. The long rest has been achieved.
Our first
Like-
proper long rest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
Most of them have been off screen or God blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so we only got half of our hit die back, right?
Hold on. I think the rules might have changed. I looked back through them again. Like, absolutely sure.
'Cause I was at 0.
No, you regain all spent hit point dice now.
Okay, good.
They upgraded. Good.
Thank you.
My spell slots.
Yes, after a few days of taking it easy, you all feel rejuvenated.
While we're sitting here, Hildegard will bring up. So, are we going to go meet with our strange
Neighbor.
neighbor? Yeah, I was gonna say guest, but she hasn't come and visited us.
We go to her then.
She is right down
Alright.
the road towards where we're going to go anyway, I think.
Do we just want to roll up, or
Let's get the wagon moving.
okay?
All right.
Looking
You just-
through. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask. Like, she hasn't moved at all, right? Because they still got an eye on her.
Yeah, just is going about her business at that waystone. Just sitting there, occasionally talking. Like there are other people there with her.
Yeah, she looks like she's in for the long haul. Whatever she's doing.
Let's go find out what that is. Put the on your guards.
All right. So, now that you guys are moving, yeah, still haven't done that, but you've got
Oh.
days of travel to do that if you want. So, who wants to roll the D12? The weather's been pretty inconsequential the last few days, so I've not really bothered with it.
I shall roll it.
Go for it. 3. All right, let us see. Okay. Right now, just a thick blanket of cloud cover. The air is starting to get a chill because you are now in the second day of autumn. The fire plane is finished ebbing away. The plane of air is beginning to move in. So there is a bit more of a breeze. A bit more of a chill.
Yeah, I remember the Michigan wind chill. That stuff cuts through you.
Believe it or not, that's the fucking New Jersey wouldn't chill.
Yeah, I mean, Neighbors.
We're off the ocean.
Yeah.
All right. You assemble everything, dispel the tower, your home of the last few days. Midge, when you woke up, it disappeared and happily comes running back as she sees you guys preparing to get everything set up. She seems extremely excited about something.
Did you catch that crab?
She just holds up the bead, shines it, and a very large bone-white crab about the size of you in wolf form appears, just looking around kind of confused. Finally got him out.
How'd you do it?
Oh, I used bait.
Barrington?
I haven't named them yet, him or her, not even entirely sure yet.
The crab.
After what?
Batter?
Oh, I'd like to give them some dignity, aye. After watching what Vask did to that frog and then Garm, I don't know, crabs seem to have a good figure on how things are going. One of them almost killed me.
Yes, that totally slipped my mind, but I can tell you later what it's like to be a crab. It was a thoughtful experience, I'll say.
Oh.
All
Alright. Alright.
I need to stretch my legs.
Same here.
Alright. So, you guys proceed along the trail. Getting back onto the road, the scour marks from the storm crab still very easy to see. You progress, and the trail, the birds have been very eager to move again. Very least. At the
After
very,
being
very
so
least, Charger
tiny.
has been. Alright, so while you guys are moving, what are you guys doing? Since it'll take a good bit of time to reach that location.
Since he's keeping an eye out for, since we're passing near the area of that third curse mark. He doesn't expect it'll be just off of the side of the road, but maybe he'll see a waystone.
Alright. Make a perception check as you go along.
Oh boy.
15, okay. Alright, so proceed along the road, the wind chill forcing you to pull your cloak a little tighter. Spider walking alongside you. He has shrunk down and he has taken on a more Borzoi-esque appearance.
Oh.
Do not like, actually.
As long as he doesn't start walking on his hind legs in Borzoi mode, I think everyone's mostly fine.
Let me do it for you.
Someone's turned off his anti-aliasing.
No clips.
Look, we're getting closer to civilization. I figured a wolf might make them uncomfortable, so I picked this.
There's wolfhounds.
If she could hear him, she would look at him and go, "Good job."
You look
Mm.
odd, Biter.
Yes, miracles of humanity.
I wouldn't call that a miracle.
I would.
Okay.
Which-
To assume my word choices are out of naivete. They're not. I'm older than all of you combined.
Is it the
Fuck off.
Goldmoldens that created the pugs?
You'll find out.
God.
Gomodins probably did, the fancy French.
Yeah,
Something
Midge
else-
sees a pug and is just like, what has humanity done? You'll
If
never
nothing
be
else,
forgiven.
if
Just
nothing else, they made the
immediately-
bulldogs.
Immediately uncorks the Shimea's ooze out of the bottle. It's like, sorry. It's like, do what you wish. Our time in this world has ended.
Like, Just slams it into the god dust, shakes it around like a fucking margarita.
Then it sees the pug and just floats up into the air and disappears forever. World's beyond saving.
I believe you had the key, right? You wanted me to try and recreate?
Yes, but I don't think creating a forge in a moving wagon is going to be very feasible. So, might be something next time the tower gets summoned.
Or tonight, we'll see.
I mean, if you want to make the attempt on your own anyway, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I do.
You have fire breath.
Yeah, Vask would show
Yeah, I
off
do.
the 2 keys that we have and show the box.
Smith's tools?
Yeah, smith's tools.
Not strength, hey.
So before you do that, because Vask also wants to do something, should we flip to see who gets to use the enhance ability rune?
Yes.
Here, roll a d20.
Yeah.
Oh
boy, odds are high.
Well, 20, thank you.
12!
Whoa!
I
missed you.
That means you got the 12 is Nora's number. She's got a win.
Right. Got a lucky number.
God damn it.
So, yeah, if you want to use that, because you
Um,
rolled a 12. And I was one of the ones who kept pushing the
Damn
12
it,
thing, so...
yeah. Alright.
Plus, okay, you didn't need it, but...
8.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
There you go,
All
flash
right.
of inspiration for a 33.
No, because it's a new day and we might actually run into stuff today.
Oh, yeah.
So
Or Spark of
going
Genius, Flash of Genius, whatever it's called.
over it all, you look over the 2 keys, you inspect the lockbox, you test them out, put a couple of the keys into different holes. You realize that the keys are almost identical. In fact, the actual key part themselves, they are identical. They're just adorned differently.
Okay.
With that observation, it's not that hard to fold little wires and rods of metal into a shape you find more appropriate. I would say that with that 28, you'll need some time and to do another roll to do the finer details of the actual key teeth to see if you can get it to fit properly. But you've got a very good approximation. I'd say you're like 3/4 of the way there over the course of the day. So you are making excellent progress with it.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Just hammering sounds from the the Rambler.
So, Vask's dumb idea. You've seen what I have planned for the familiar idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much raw felstone would you say would be required? A pound of it? They have 4
Yeah,
left.
I'd say
I
that would be
promised
enough for something of
Necromos,
that size.
1 or 2, so that would leave me a pound left over.
Yep, I'd say that would be enough to a worthy attempt.
So Vask would spend his time grinding it up to a fine consistency like a sand, and then mixing up the concoction using his own blood, the Slod blood, and the last remaining Galthai he's had preserved.
Oh.
Okay.
And just tossing in all the stuff. What do you think? Oh, I have 2 vials of Slod blood, so I'd use both of those if I needed to. And if I'm using my own blood, how much do I need to mark off and damage?
I'll just say you take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Now, is this alchemy or arcana for this? They're both the
Arcana
same roll,
first.
actually.
Arcana first.
Can I slap the rune? Right, no, Necrobus used it. Never mind.
Yeah.
19.
All right,
Because
19.
I rolled a
That's
12.
good. I have to honor that. All right, so you pour it all in based on your knowledge of things. It's not a spell you're used to working with.
Mm-hmm.
The concoction is prepared. And I'll say that you submerge the shell as best you can, or at least coat the shell in some of it. Channeling magic through it a little bit.
The idea I had was that, like a snail shell, there was the hollow. Just got to cram that in there like a stuffed snail.
Ah, yeah, that's smart. Okay, yeah. You managed to do that without much difficulty.
And if possible, I was wondering if channeling some sorcery points would have any effect. Because that's,
If you,
Vask's power.
If you wish to, sure. How many are you putting in?
Because I can just get them back at the nightly rest. I'll put 3.
3.
I
Okay.
might need some later.
All right. As you do, and the concoction goes in, there's no immediate effect.
Okay.
Then you start to notice it bubbling inside of the snail shell.
Ooh.
It starts getting a little baking soda and vinegar for a moment.
Vask is getting ready to say pull over so he can walk this outside of the cart in case it gets explosive looking. We're getting ready to catapult it out of the window.
Yep. It starts to realize very quickly that this thing is starting to boil out of the shell and start getting onto everything around it.
Should we pull over then? Or is this looking like I should pull over?
Up to you.
There's what people hear. He goes, Hildegard, stop the
Macrobose
cart.
is working on the key, like right over there too. So,
Yeah.
like,
You
stop,
just see
Ask. I'm
this-
concentrating.
Yeah.
Hildegard, stop the
So-
cart.
Pull the wagon over.
Yeah, Vask will telekinetically carry this, like the little work table or whatever he was doing this on, carrying outside.
All right, so it bubbles, boils, it starts spilling out, it starts to get onto the bottom of the Rambler, a few drops here and there, but you lift it outside as quickly as you can. Just, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, not
Just-
sure what's
as-
happening.
Just exiting is like, nobody breathe those fumes.
What is this? No, not that,
fuck.
that one. Not that one.
Did I fuck up, guys?
Not that one. Not that one.
Oh my
Which one is
god!
it?
You're doing this on
Oh.
purpose.
All these soundtrack titles are ominous.
Ominous.
Have to put the fear of God into the players somehow.
Right before he starts Here Come the Clowns.
Oh man.
Turn up the radio.
That works. All right, so as you're lifting it, it begins to wiggle and gyrate violently, shaking like it is inside of a washing machine. It breaks free of the telekinesis, the force exceeding what it can hold. Begins to
Oh.
flail around in the air in multiple directions, hitting the ground a few times.
Vask is just fascinated watching.
This is not a pleasant sight. It almost looks like whatever is happening, like it's in pain.
Garm
begin to
immediately
smell-
comes up behind you. What the hell did you do?
Science.
And goes, remember that shell? Points at it, just ragdolling around with source engine noises.
Yeah. You begin to see pulses A light and color blinding, making patterns on the shell.
Could
Wriggling around, you hear a pitiful shrieking sound as smoke begins to emanate out of the body, and it dashes as fast as it can into the Rambler, crashing into something unseen inside.
I'm in there.
Yeah, you would have noticed this.
What do I see?
It crashed down into a dark corner. You
Oh,
hear
no.
something writhing.
sunlight.
We'll go over and take a look.
I'm just hoping that with human blood it wouldn't. Fuck.
The Necromancer's gonna
Vascal,
go
go
over to it.
check.
Armor on, just in case.
All right. You slowly peer down as it has this thing hiding under a desk.
Hey.
You see it looks like a little... At first, it just looks like a snail.
Vascal is right there now.
You see one eye stalk slowly come out. Then a second one. Then a third. Then a fourth.
Did you make a fucking flail snail?
No.
Flail snails
Um,
only have 2 eye stalks.
Look at the map and look to the upper left corner. Vascal will reach out his gloved hand and be like, trying to telepathically link to it. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"You're safe now.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Should have known better."
One of the eye stalks, all 4 of them eventually, focus in on the glove. You notice specifically the gem.
Mhm.
They all move independently, just wriggling about. Very big, very derpy eyes that change colors every few seconds. Very much matching the sort of patterns of Vask's tattoos.
Did you put your own blood in that?
Of course.
It bites your hand.
Ow!
Whose hand? Mine or
Vask's.
Necrobo's? Ah.
Okay.
It bites your hand, glows, and vanishes. And you feel something within the gem hum. Congratulations, it has absorbed the Find Familiar spell.
Oh.
Excellent.
Find familiar or create homunculus.
Just as planned. It was should have thought about that sunlight sensitivity. I should have worked in some sunblock into its formula.
You have to apply some SPF onto him.
What did you make?
Well, now I don't have to worry about keeping it hidden in town because a little floating 4-eyed snail is probably going to be noticeable.
Why did you make this? Mitch says, peeking in, having just witnessed all the monstrosity that occurred.
Bask is looking at the gem, like trying to see if he can see it inside it, but then looks up and goes, "I'll be honest, you're not going to like the answer."
To see
Can I
if you
make a
could.
guess?
Definitely not making eye contact with Garm, and then just points at Vara.
To see if you could.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Could I try to summon it
Sure.
in the darkness of the carriage, of course, the Rambler?
Yep. You clench your fist, forcing energy into the gem. Need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Good thing
Is
you got a
Garm within
bonus
10
from
feet?
me. Yeah. You had to be in striking range in case it went wrong.
So that's a +5, right?
+4.
+4. So
17. Okay.
17?
You
Is
see the gem attempt to spread its own color out over your tattoos again.
Oh, no, you don't.
It makes it a little further this time. You focus, attempt to bring it back under control, but it has been fed. And it attempts to spread, and it gets almost up to your shoulder before eventually you just third. And during that change, you see things begin to change. All the rest of you, Vask's anatomy on that arm begins to change and wobble around a little.
Oh.
It grows slimy, viscous. You see little ridges appear, little slots that you think might be gills or something. You see things that might be spines. It's constantly shifting. But then, just a surge of color, it retreats back. And the little snail thing pops out, floating overhead, just looking around confused.
Is it deep speech?
No, not that you could tell.
Is it a language or just
It sounds like just
babble?
learning that it could make noise.
Oh,
Vask? What the
Yes?
fuck?
you know, I wish I knew.
They're gonna grab your hand and, like, pull up the gem to their face. And can I roll an Arcana?
I'd say buy me dinner, but I'm the one who's always cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that was good.
It was a good line, yeah.
That's
I mean,
a high
they did-
charisma character right there. Yes, Arcana.
They did kiss the back of Vask's hand when they met.
Yeah, you know, when you did
14.
when you kissed it the first time, I just pictured I was thinking the Robin Hood Disney where he goes and kisses the king's fingers and he
Yep.
steals all the gems. The Krobo sucks the magic out of the glove like a vampire. It's like, hey, wait a minute.
That's
Some
funny
dragons
because
would do that.
It's funny where vampires come from in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that 14, this is aberrant magic. You know what it came from, and you knew what it was capable of. And now you have a very clear answer that Vask did not conquer this thing and dominate it. It's just been biding its time.
Don't try to use
Yeah.
it.
Look up. They examine it and looked up to Vask. That was
Close.
dangerous.
Vask is having a real hard time hiding his just triumphant grin.
It just plops down on top of Vask's head, onto his hat.
Oh my god.
Well, I gotta think of a name for this one.
It floats up and starts moving around. Gets a little close. Sunlight from outside singes it for a moment and it backs away.
We're gonna have to work on that. See if we can figure something out.
Vask.
What?
You could have. You put yourself in danger.
As did
Vas-
yourself when you dabbled with chronomancy.
Thank you, Garm. That's what I was thinking, but I did not want to say it. But thank you.
Fine. Fine. No.
We
I'm
all
not-
know this is dangerous.
They hand Vask the key. What it is so far.
We just have to keep an eye on each other.
That's
I don't think that's going to be that hard, as many eyes as this thing has. I mean, look at it. And you see that Midge is cradling it and is chewing on one of her big fingers.
Oh my
not
god.
bad.
You seem to have changed your tune.
Oh, it is kind of weirdly cute.
Look at it. This holds it up by the shell.
Yeah, I like to think it floats around with the cone pointed down like an ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of like Bowser's little fucking, his little hover car.
Yeah.
The cloud car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally picturing that he kind of has proportions like Skorak from Gigabash.
Yes.
Oh.
The fucking skull snail.
Doofy ass face.
Either way, that's my personal image, but player
Yeah.
gets choice on that. Still, it's just kind of looking around at everything. In spite of it being clearly made of fell sources, it must be noted, it does not appear hostile at all. It's just kind of curious. Biter kind of looks in, sniffs at it, and just goes, "It's your responsibility.
Well, yes.
You sure you're ready for fatherhood, Vask? You've waited a
gets
long
this-
time. Kind of implies you're not."
Bass just kind of has this like look that just is like, well, and then just goes 1,000 yard stare. Yeah.
You have to call up your boyfriend and let him know, hey, I adopted,
So-
sort of.
Full disclosure, I'm kind of worried that if I have any kids, they're going to pop out glowing as well. That was
Well, I mean, it
before
just
I drank
happened,
cat
didn't it?
juice.
Yes,
Yeah,
you should call Wick. Congratulations, I made a baby.
He's horrific.
Adorable, actually.
See that he
Yeah.
doesn't cause any trouble, and I've got no reason to be worried about that.
I mean, we've seen the damage that soccer can do.
Exactly. Believe me. You don't see us going out there wiping out every star in the sky. Just the ones that go too far.
Aye, just keep in mind though, even the babies are dangerous. You remember the Rippers?
Yes. So, God, those things. I will say, though, Garb, they were a worthy encounter because that got us so much. Bringing in the remains of those and the larvas that Matt ripped out of those, that got us a lot of credit at the Citadel.
I imagine so.
Ah!
Alright, let's
Oh.
continue on.
I am
Yeah,
going to just
Vask-
make random baby noises in the middle of conversations now.
Vask will see if it'll eat anything.
It eats voraciously. In fact, at one point around sunset, a seagull flies overhead, and you are treated to the wonderful shot of it shooting it with a laser out of its eyes.
Oh,
Well, I
What
guess it can
stat block
defend
is this
itself.
thing?
It freezes the seagull into a block of ice. At least you think it is. It falls down and shatters, and it immediately floats over and just starts eating them.
well. Okay. I love it.
Just say, Raug shoots Hildegard a look, and she's like, "What? You'll be fine. You're much older than it. You
You
understand."
breathe fire.
I mean, that's a spell she has to give him, but it's just like, you'll be fine.
Nothing will live up to the magic stones.
I'll
Alright.
give you some rocks if you're that worried.
Enough gawking at the newborn aberration. We've spent enough time staying in one place.
All right.
Yeah, this was during
All
the
right.
traveling.
Yes, it was. We just paused for the miracle of birth. So, I'll say that this is a good stopping point since everything else is going to take a decent bit of focus going forward. But either way, the long rest has been accomplished. Vask, you're a father. Congratulations.
Yay.
And that's what we're going to call it for the night.
All right.